The oil spill by BP has left our balls all over the sea. So don't go swimming down in the south unless you want tar balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Swim in the ocean, you'll have balls in your mouth. Go ahead! Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth, balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean, you'll get balls in your mouth.
What's up, BOOCHCAST fans, listeners across the internet radio waves? This is Vinny Bucci, aka the Booch, and this is that time again, once again, yet again for the BOOCHCAST. What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2016. It is high noon, and the show is back again. And give me a second here. I'm about to go close this window because there's a dog barking like crazy, and I don't want the dog to disturb us while we are broadcasting today. We are live on Blog Talk Radio and on YouTube right now. I've got the links posted to Twitter and Facebook, so everybody may join in at their leisure. Leisure, whatever the way you pronounce it. I don't care. As long as you are tuning in and we are having a great time. We're having a great time. And I am having a great time. And got a lot of things to talk about on the show today. First major thing, first item I want to talk about is how excited I was to be on Fishcenter Live yesterday on AdultSwim.com. Basically, I was invited to do the weekly recap. And basically, what that means, you basically recap everything that happened the week before. Monday, they do a very short recap of everything they discussed, and I got a chance to film it, be a part of it. I got a chance to take part in the weekly recap, and then, of course, once the weekly recap was over, they went into the live edition of the show. So I taped it in advance. I actually taped it, like I said, the same day that I was at Adult Swim for the show Stupid Morning Bullshit. Once my segment was over, I was hanging out talking with a couple people at the building, and they asked me, would you like to do our weekly recap for Fishcenter? I said absolutely. So I basically waited around for a couple hours while they were taking care of some business, and then when the time came to record everything, I jumped at the chance. It took about 10-15 minutes to get it all done. And then after that, they told me there was nothing else for me for the day. And I said my goodbyes, did some last minute networkings, and headed home. for the day. So I hope you guys got a chance to check out Fishcenter Live on AdultSwim.com. It's a great show, very entertaining. It's basically one of the most interesting shows because obviously it takes place primarily in front of a fish tank, and it's a show hosted by Dave Bonowitz, Andrew Cho, Matt Harrigan, and Max Samant. And it premiered on the website of Adult Swim. It's been on since 2014, and it started airing on the network proper in February of 2015. It's basically a call-in talk show narrating over footage of tropical fish swimming around in a fish tank. They have fish competitions with the fish: mammoth, sir squirt, greenbird, thalump, yo how, look at that, tang tang, old blue, hamburger, mimosa, and long Donovan. They used to have a fish called Dottie, but which is a clown trigger fish that passed away in February. Moment of silence for Dottie. And we're back. And of course, it was a very, very fun show. I'm glad I got to be a part of it, and I'm very grateful to the guys at AdultSwim.com for letting me be a part of that. And I look forward to working with Adult Swim a little bit more in the future. Absolutely. As you guys know, Daytime Fighting League continues to air on AdultSwim.com every Thursday at 5 p.m. You can still go check that out. Also, Stupid Morning Bullshit airs every morning at 11 a.m. So you could actually, if you guys are internet people, you could go AdultSwim.com at 11 o'clock, watch Stupid Morning Bullshit, and then after Stupid Morning Bullshit, you can jump right to the BOOCHCAST if you wish. And because we go off the air at 2, maybe at 2 o'clock, sometimes 3, depending on the length of the show. If you're on Blog Talk Radio, we go off at 2 o'clock. If you're on YouTube, we may go off at 3. But either way, if everything goes according to plan, when we're done, you can check out Fishcenter and then Daytime Fighting League on also. So Fishcenter and Stupid Morning Bullshit are daily shows. They air Monday through Friday. Daytime Fighting League only airs once a week. And obviously, because my match took place last Thursday, and I'm going to the semifinals, I'll be honest, it's going to be a while before I'm back on the show again. So this week will be a new fight with 2 completely different fighters. But I still recommend either way that you check out the show. That way you can get a look at all the talent. And even if you're a fan of the Booch, I still encourage you guys to go check out the other fighters. Find out who they are, what they're about, and which ones I may be going up against in the next round. We don't know. We'll find out. But the only way to find out is to tune in to Daytime Fighting League every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Adult Swim, because my lips are sealed on that one. But anyway, that being said, I was excited to be a part of Fishcenter, and I really sincerely thank AdultSwim.com for letting me be a part of it, especially Max for inviting me to do that. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to work with these guys again. On that note, there is one other thing I want to talk about, and I gotta be honest with you guys. This is something that's really been messing with my head for the last 24 hours. I have some good news and some bad news regarding something. The good news is I received an email and a text message last night from Joe Lowers. For those of you who may not know, he is the owner and operator of the World Series of Comedy. And I was invited to perform at the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Apparently somebody dropped out, and with some last minute notice, they were wondering if I could make the trip. And in all honesty, I realized I couldn't. My first reaction was yes. I wanted to jump in a car and drive up there and make the trip. That was my first instinct, was to go, because I really I had a great time performing in the World Series of Comedy at the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga, which, by the way, I actually got a link to the video. I've posted it on my YouTube page. So in case you haven't already, if you're listening on YouTube, if you're currently watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Booch316. Blog Talk Radio fans, you can do this as well. Go to Booch316, download it, but you can also check out the video after the show, of course. Go check out of me performing at the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga. And I had a blast performing there. I learned a lot. I made a lot of great contacts and valuable friends and great friends and valuable contacts. I should switch that up. And I had a great time. However, when I thought about it, I realized that with this short notice, there was no way I could have made it there in time. I didn't have money for a plane ticket. There's no way I could stay in a hotel. My parents wouldn't have had the money to front to give me and wouldn't be able to shell out the cash for that. So I realized even if I managed to get up there, I probably wouldn't have been in a good condition not to perform. Plus, like I said, I have a lot going on with Adult Swim right now and the possibility of teaming up with Larry on the radio again. So there's a lot going on for me right now in Atlanta for me to take that kind of risk. And, I'm usually a big time risk taker, but on this one, I honestly didn't think it would be a good idea to go up there. So I sent an email out to Joe and I told him, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate the offer. Unfortunately, I said, sadly, I'm not going to be able to make it. I sincerely apologize. And I hope you will still keep me in mind for McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida, because that's a drive I could make in the amount of time. I can get from here to Sarasota, Florida in 24 hours and be in good enough condition to perform. That's easy. But to get up there, to get up to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, driving through the mountains, that trip, I would not have made it in this short amount of time. If I had been given more notice, I probably could have made some arrangements, but I wouldn't have been able to make that drive within 24 hours. Like, most people can't make that drive or shouldn't make that drive. So and I'll be honest, the fact that I have all this stuff going on with Adult Swim is the only reason I rationalized it and decided not to go. Because I'll be honest, if I didn't have all this Adult Swim stuff going on, if I didn't have the possibility of getting back on the radio with Larry, if I didn't have a lot of opportunities going on right now in Atlanta, I would have probably made the drive. I would have taken the risk and made the drive because I would have nothing else going on. So I would pretty much try to take the risk and see what happens. But because I have a lot going on, I couldn't do it. And in a way, it's been fucking with my head. Like, did I make the right decision not to go to Harrisburg? Did I make the right call? Because I wasn't. I mean, it's not like I turned down a paid gig. If they were paying me money, I'd have drove. But at the same time, I'm thinking, did I miss my opportunity to go to Vegas? Will I get an opportunity? And then I kind of realized when I first sent the email, I had this anxiety attack. Like, is Joe going to be mad? Is it going to be a bad reflection on me that I couldn't make it? Because, in the world of entertainment, I like people to think that they can depend on me because they can. I like to be that dependable guy. So did I lose my reputation as being a dependable guy for not being able to go to Harrisburg? So, the decision to do that was struggling with me. Now, of course, Joe sent me an email back and he said, hey, man, it's cool. Thank you for letting me know. So at least he's glad that I emailed him and didn't just say anything. I emailed him saying politely that I couldn't make the trip. So I'm hoping that the fact that I had the decency to let him know, I'm hoping that will keep me in his good graces. And when it comes time to get ready for McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida, and get people ready and, to go through the list of people for that competition, I'm hoping he'll put me on the list. And I'm hoping that if there is a dropout for McCurdy's, he will contact me and will let me do it. So hopefully I'll get another chance, and, time will tell if I made the right decision not to go. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know. It's really starting to bother me. Like, there's a part of me that thinks I should have made the trip, but something was telling me that, I wouldn't, that it just wasn't realistic to get there in time. It would have, it wouldn't have been good. I probably wouldn't have shown up in a condition not to perform. I probably wouldn't have been able to hang out afterwards. I would have been wiped and completely tired if I made a 10-hour drive in 24 hours. Just it wouldn't have been easy. I know it wouldn't have been easy to make. And it was one of those rare moments where I had to think rationally. And like I said, the fact that I have all this Adult Swim stuff and the radios and the possible radio stuff going on was the main reason I felt okay, was what gave me the confidence to respectfully decline going to Harrisburg. Because if I didn't have this stuff, I would have taken the risk, because what else would be here waiting for me? And that's been the big question that I've had prior to all this Adult Swim stuff that I was questioning. Like when my dad was talking about moving the family out to Palm Springs, I was giving it serious consideration because I felt like in Atlanta, there was nothing for me here. But now with this Adult Swim relationship I got going on, and now with the possible radio stuff, I might have something going on here. In which case, if the family decides to move, like, I'll be honest, like I said, if I end up working with Adult Swim and I get a part-time or full-time gig there where I'm making money, or if I'm back on the air with Larry ever again, I have a paid position with him and I'm making money, then I would find a way to stay here. And I would ride that, and then I would basically ride that. I would ride that till the wheels fall off. And then once the wheels fell off, then I would probably go join my family in Palm Springs if it was to come to that. That's assuming we even go out there, because my dad's the only one that's 100% certain we're going, but the rest of us are still waiting to see what happens family-wise. So that's just something that's just something that was on my mind, and I needed to share that. So basically, to summarize everything I just said, once again, I want to thank everybody that tuned into Fishcenter Live on AdultSwim.com. I hope you guys will continue to support me as my relationship with Adult Swim continues to grow. Make sure you guys keep tuning in to Daytime Fighting League every Thursday at 5 p.m. The shows are going to be great. It's going to be, you guys are going to, it's definitely, if the first episode is any indication, you guys are really going to love it. This show is really going to be exciting, and I know you guys will enjoy it. And like I said, hopefully I made the right decision not being able to go to Harrisburg. It's, for the Comedy Zone. Like I said, time will tell on that one, but hopefully that's a decision I won't regret. I really do. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I see now that my co-host is here. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a hibachi chef. He is a singer-songwriter. He recently posted a great video up where he did The Rising Sun, which I think we're going to play a little later today here on the BOOCHCAST. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show a man with a great mind for wrestling, Desmond.
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Standing outside my work, actually. I came in to pick up some money, but the health inspector's here, so I've got to wait for things to clear before management's able to talk to me.
So basically, the health inspector's preventing you from getting your check?
Yeah, pretty much. And to make matters worse here, it's like, I guess it's better in my case. I'm actually not here for the health inspector. I am not involved for once. When the health inspector is here, I am not involved.
Yeah, because you got the day off, so whatever happened in there is not your fault.
I have not been here since we did the deep clean of the kitchen. Thank you very much.
Desmond has been relieved of all liability, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I walked into the back door, and they're like, "Get out! The health inspector's here." I'm like, "I'm not getting out." I walk straight through the kitchen to the main room. I don't care if they get. I'm like, "I'm not dressed in anything that's breaking health code." I know the health code probably better than any one of them.
That is true. You've been there quite a while.
So I'm waiting. Anywho, but yeah, I got plans today. I'm gonna go to a friend's house, so I'm gonna rewatch WrestleMania because he hasn't seen it yet, and probably play some video games and just chill. I uploaded another video I haven't uploaded it yet, but I recorded another video a little earlier. I'm gonna have it uploaded before too long. It will be up today because I promised it would be up today.
Cool. Is this the tribute song?
Yes, this is the tribute song. Yes.
Okay.
But this is not the David Bowie song. This is the Memorial song.
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case any BOOCHCAST listeners got confused, I was not referring to the David Bowie one. I was referring to the one that Desmond talked about yesterday, where a fan from the show gave him a very specific song request.
So that's I got that one recorded this morning, and now I've got I've been having internet problems at home, so I haven't uploaded it yet.
Okay.
But I'm gonna upload it. It's on my phone, so I can do it that way here in a little while.
All right, man. Sounds great. I definitely look forward to seeing it, and I'll definitely put it in the rotation.
All right. Well, so what since I hear about you moving to Palm Springs? What the fuck?
Well, it's not so it's written in stone. It's a possibility. As you know, my dad, he got transferred to Palm Springs sometime last year. Like the beginning of last year, I think it was. He got transferred out to California. Well, he's been living out there for almost a year now, and he loves it out there. Like my dad is like enjoying California immensely. Like my mom's been out there to visit him. My brother's been out there to visit him. I'm pretty much the only member of the family that has not been to California yet. I'm the only person. I've never been there.
If you're going to California, I have conditions.
Okay.
And you got to take me with you.
Well, seeing as how my mom likes you, I might be able to pull that string. She actually made it very clear to me that she does not want that if I do go to Palm Springs, I cannot fly Jerry Truman out, which kind of shocked me.
Well, damn.
So, yeah. But you shall probably make arrangements for her because the few times she's seen you, you've been cool. So she doesn't have anything bad to say about you. So I should be able to fly you out there. And so, like I said, and my dad's been like very big on wanting to move the family out there. My mom's been kind of like, whoa. Before we start making, and my mom's open to the idea, but she's saying before we make any decisions, let's find out if you're permanently going to be in California, because my mom doesn't want to quit her job and then we all uproot to California, and then 2 years later, and then like a year and a half later, he gets transferred to like Boston or something. And then we're stuck in California and he has to go somewhere else and live there again. So before we make any of those decisions, my dad needs to know for sure that California is going to be his permanent. Because if my dad ends up being the permanent GM, then my mom at least is going to have to move out there, because my mom can tolerate being away from my dad for a period of time, but they're not going to permanently live separately.
Right. Well, I stand by what I said. You cannot move to California unless you take me with you, and I'm sure your dad can give me a job. Come on, I'm a hell of a cook.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. Granted, his hotel doesn't do hibachi, but I know you also worked at Zaxby's, so I'm sure you'll adapt.
like it's not a matter of if wherever they're cooking has a grill, I can work the grill. And at home I do stuff like freaking chicken parmesan. I don't limit myself to just what I cook in the restaurant.
wait, I know you can make. Wait. So you're grilling chicken parmesan?
No, I don't do chicken parmesan on the grill. I actually I boil the chicken. I'm sorry, that's the wrong meal. I don't boil the chicken for the parmesan. I do that for my quesadillas and enchiladas. No, I fry the chicken. I fry and bread it, double bread it. I boil the noodles. I put the sauces all together. That means that you got to bake it in there. So it's a good 2.5 hour process making chicken parmesan.
Okay, I don't mean to sound rude or disrespectful, but I have to ask this question. If you know how to do all this with chicken, why the hell were we eating corn dogs last time I was at your house?
Because I didn't feel like making a 2-hour process out of eating.
Okay, just had to ask. I'm like, wait a minute. You had to cook all this stuff and we're eating corn dogs? What the hell? Sorry.
There's a big difference between being able to do something and having the willpower to do it.
Oh, so you were just lazy that day. Well, I don't blame you. So was I.
Well, we were doing shit. We were having fun.
Yeah.
Between playing video games, going to the river, we did a lot of shit that day.
Yes, we did. Granted, I agree.
We had time constraints. That's what it comes down to.
Fair enough. I'll give you that one. I'll go with that. But yeah, nothing's written in stone though. So we don't know for sure if we're going, but that's just something that my dad has been trying to sell everybody on this. Like he's been trying to convince me it's a good idea. He's trying to convince my brother it's a good idea. My mom is sold. My brother is sold. My mom's just thinking a little more rationally. Me, I was sold until the Adult Swim break came. Now I'm kind of like, whoa. I want to see how this plays out before I move to another state. Although I do know that, one time I interviewed this comic, Dave Stone, who works for Adult Swim, and he says they do have a studio out in LA where he's done because he does voiceover work for Squidbillies and from time to time. So when he's in LA, he can pop in their studio and do the voiceover work and he gets sent to them. So I don't know, but I kind of want to see how this plays out before I make any decisions. So, and like I said, if I get a job working in radio and I got a contract and I'm working, I'm going to ride that till the wheels fall off before I move anywhere. I would probably try to find some other way to stay in the state, to stay in Georgia.
Well, as I said, I stand by what I've said. You can't move to California unless you take me with you. That's the rule.
All right. Well,
if you try,
okay.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Yes. You don't have any money, but you have a particular set of skills.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I tell you, I just walk around saying, have you seen the idiot who looks like Bobby from The King of the Hill?
Dang old, why, man? Why you gotta say that look like dang old Bobby Hill, man? That just hurt myself. That hurt my feelings, man.
I'm sorry, but if you put that freaking avatar from your K-pop pilot next to a picture of Bobby Hill, come on.
Well, I still look like a celebrity. I've never had that look.
Well, anywho. So I only caught the last hour of Raw last night. And like I said, I've been having internet problems. So I haven't been able to watch the first 2 hours.
Well, the last hour was definitely fun, and the other 2 hours we got were a hell of a time. So definitely Monday Night Raw was definitely a sight to be seen. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll I'll inform the rest of you as well as Desmond what went down during those first 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, because Raw was in St. Louis, Missouri, which I can honestly say was one of the best WWE main roster crowds I'd seen in a long time. I'll tell you one thing. I like them better than I like the ones in Chicago. I'll tell you that. I like these guys. I like the Missouri crowd better than I like the Chicago crowd. And obviously, this was the post-Raw from WWE Payback. All the fallouts took place on this show. And when we come back, we'll get into all the info here on the BOOCHCAST. And who knows, maybe by the time we come back from the break, Desmond will already have his check. So we'll be back right after this.
They call the rising sun. It's been the road of many a poor boy. God, I know I'm my mother, she was a tailor. So my new living jeans. My father, he was a gambling man down in the Orleans. Well, the only thing a gambler needs is a case and a drum. The only thing makes him satisfied is when he's good and gone. House in New Orleans, they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. God, I know I'm mother, tell your baby not to do what I have done. Spend your life in misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, there is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the room of many a poor boy. God, I know I'm in. So God, I know I'm in. Yeah, God, I know I'm in. All right, Mr. Wayne, I'm all set out here. Whenever you're ready, sir. Hit it. Yeah. Come on. Straight out of Cheat City. Y'all know me. Man, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day. Here's your lady by night. Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress with like a fan, cause it's motherfucking awesome. Batman's in the house, coming party in the back cave. Yo, Alfred, yes, my twin. Bring some more coffee. The honey's in the man. I'm taking notice of my swagger. Villains hiding in the shadows. On a skid from their attacker. See, they recognize my signal when it lights up the sky. Hardened gangsters get all shy. Look at terror in the eyes. They can't hide from me. I'm on the prowl, motherfucker. So I'm death on the street. Keep it cow, motherfucker. when I got done with her. Yo, Superman high like a bird in a plane. Take a look to the wall, watch me start look lame. Screaming out my name like, oh, Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man, keep your eye on Mary Jane. Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, this crazy by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause this motherfucking awesome. Get out of here, man. It's Murray turning the spotlight. Don't you know I'm the real star of the Dark Knight? Motherfucker, I'm clinically insane like magic tricks. We'll shove a pencil through your brain. Hey, Batty boy, you think you played me for a fool? Well, next time you should keep a better hold of your tool. Look, is there something on my face? Oh, Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. Oh, Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome. Oh, Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. Oh, Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome. Wait, you're Batman? No, you're Batman.
Hello and welcome back. Excuse me, to the BOOCHCAST. During the break, we played the song by the Animals and also apparently by Bob Dylan, The House of the Rising Sun. But of course, that was not the Animals or Bob Dylan playing that song. However, it was a combination of the two put together by my co-host, Mr. Desmond Dagenhart. Now, if you want to find out more about Desmond Dagenhart and all his music, he does cover songs. He also does original songs, and he takes requests from listeners and viewers out there. So make sure you go to facebook.com/Desmond Dagenhart, DesmondDagenhart. Make sure you click the like button on the Facebook page to follow Desmond Dagenhart and all of his music. You can check out his music. You can check out updates. That's where you can send your requests and basically just follow Desmond as he chases his dream of making it in music. Who's a man whose goals are to either one day move out to Nashville and pursue it full time, or to move in with my family in Palm Springs, California. So whichever one comes first, I'm not sure yet what will happen. But the one thing I do know for sure is you can go to his Facebook page, facebook.com/Desmond Dagenhart, DesmondDagenhart. Follow him, check out his music. And of course, you'll be able to see The Rising Sun as well as a variety of other songs that Desmond has done. And also after that, we played the song Batman Rap, which this song, I don't quite know its origin. I just know that Desmond tagged me in a post a little bit while back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Desmond back on, and I'm going to let him explain the Batman Rap. Desmond, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Honestly, I don't know where it came from either. It's something that showed up on my Facebook page one day, and I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was.
It was like, this is something. It was brilliantly done. The people who made it, I applaud them, because it's not very easy to the way it got it works very well for Bruce Wayne's character, right up except for the fact that he was kind of stupid with the fact of not using Alfred to record the shit. But whatever.
That was my favorite part. I was like, wait a minute, you're Batman? No, you're Batman.
No. But yeah, that was a perfect way to end it. I mean, it was funny, and I just thought it was entertaining. And I thought you would enjoy it.
I did.
I have no idea where it came from or something on Facebook.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because A, I think Batman is awesome. B, I technically declared him declared him the winner of the Batman versus Superman fight. And 3, just because it's true, like Batman is a player. So to see for Superman to catch him banging Lois Lane was awesome, because we all know Clark, even though he's supposed to be the Man of Steel, he's the most socially awkward superhero there is. It takes him forever to get Lois Lane, when Batman as a player could get. And then my favorite part was his Spider-Man, keep your eye on Mary Jane. I'm like, fine. I'm like, yes, that was gold right there. Because people always make jokes about Batman banging Lois Lane just to piss off Superman, but no one brings up Spider-Man or Mary Jane. I'm like, that's awesome.
That was brilliant, though, because another reason that's brilliant is because it jumps universes. Batman's DC, Spider-Man's Marvel.
That's right. I forgot about that, because I remember I saw this. Remember when I showed you those X-Men videos that P. Holmes used to make?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there was one with the Iceman where he's making fun of the fact that whoop-de-doo, you turn things into ice. So all I gotta do is throw salt on you and it's over. Salt, the one thing everyone naturally uses, that's your kryptonite. And then the salt and Iceman goes, kryptonite, and then P. Holmes goes, right, Marvel. That's why they don't know what kryptonite is.
You know, on our periodic table, we actually have an element, I believe it's called Krypton.
Yeah? Huh?
On our periodic table of elements, we have an element called Krypton.
I did not know that. They didn't teach that in school. Dang.
They did if you were made to memorize periodic table.
I know, like that. I'm just saying they didn't bring that up in school. Like, see, this is the weirdest thing. I actually went to school. I got decent grades, yet I'm learning new shit every day. My mom's explained to me yesterday that Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania. Am I the only one that didn't know this? I always thought it was Philadelphia. That's what my teachers told me. That's what I was taught in school. But no, Harrisburg is now suddenly became the capital of Pennsylvania. And no one informed me.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that, but that's because at one point I had memorized the capitals for every state.
Well, see, yeah, but you took but you learned on your own. You took the matters in your own hands. They didn't teach you that in school either. So that's my point. Like, I find this out yesterday. It blew my fucking mind. Like, I was amazed by that. But anyway, on that note, like I said, make sure you guys check out the Batman rap. Desmond tagged it to me on Facebook, so I'm gonna post it to the BOOCHCAST Facebook page and let you guys check that out, because it is a very, very, very funny video, and hopefully you guys will be able to follow and subscribe to the people who made the video, because I don't know the names of the people. I just know the video is awesome. And also I want to remind everybody again, this Thursday at 5 p.m., make sure you tune in to Daytime Fighting League on AdultSwim.com. Go set your get your calendar out, mark it down, check it out, 5 p.m. on AdultSwim.com. And On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence with the Raw recap. And like I said, Raw kicked off in St. Louis, Missouri. It was the fallout from WWE Payback, and the whole thing starts with Stephanie McMahon making her way out to the ring. And as we all know, last night, we were informed that Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon will be running Raw together. And from the looks of things, while Stephanie it appeared she was unhappy at the beginning, from the looks of things, she seemed to have a sudden change of heart. And here's what unfolds between the McMahon siblings.
Hello, St. Louis! God, it feels great to be back, and I've been wanting to do this for weeks on end now. Ready? Welcome!
That's for sure. Yeah, back to your original point, Tyler. You're right. I predicted utter chaos. We've already got it. Shane upstaging his sister. They're getting along on Ptolemy and Cleopatra already. There's been so much discussion on social media over the past 24 hours. Will Shane and Stephanie be able to bury the hatchet? Will they be able to coexist, or is this place going to implode before our very eyes? Well, just like Mr. Van said, that's all I know. It's certainly going to be entertaining. I want to see some explosion here. I want to see some action going on here between Shane and Stephanie. Everybody loves a good car wrench. Get ready. Turn 2 in Daytona. Here we go.
But they definitely like you.
I think what you're going to say is, what's up, St. Louis? And welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw.
Listen, Shane, in the 7 years that you've been gone, when you quit on these people and all of us, one of the things that I did learn how to do is get a lot accomplished in business. And I learned how to be a good business partner. Like it or not, last night our father, Vince McMahon, the chairman and CEO, made us both in charge of Monday Night Raw. And as a result,
Which I'm embracing, by the way.
Well, as am I. So I have a little peace offering here. A little something just to show you that I really do wholeheartedly embrace this new partnership. Open it up. Come on. Open it up. I'll hold your microphone.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. No catch. No agenda. It's just for you.
Is it a mouse trap?
You know how much it hurt you when Dad stepped on that picture, and that's the Shane I remember. And I wanted to give that to you in a show of faith, okay? So, in the spirit of partnership, I think all of these people would like to hear your ideas for tonight's show.
Stephanie, I'm actually very moved. So, why don't we hear your ideas for tonight's show?
Oh. Shane, I'm going to take a page out of your book. Let's listen to these people. Do you want to hear Shane's ideas? Or my ideas? Shane's ideas? Or my ideas? I as they are. So what are your ideas?
Okay, let's run with it. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you very much. All right, tonight, I have a few things in mind. What I would like to do, I'm sorry, oh boy. Owen is right. Kevin Owens, what a great performance last night at Payback. Yeah, the Killer League. A battle with Sami Zayn. An incredible battle, which, by the way, Kevin Owens won. And then he was also on commentary. This is lovely. What a lovely sight to see you guys in the same ring, brother and sister, in the middle of the ring on Raw. Isn't that great, everyone? Yay! And you guys are getting along and everything. This is just so touching. But here's the thing. You guys are arguing back and forth about whose idea to go with first. I have an idea. I have a great idea. You want to hear it? I wasn't asking any of you. I was asking them. And you know what? I'm going to say what my idea is, regardless of whether you want to hear it or not. I think the first decision tonight should be to give me what's rightfully mine, and that's a rematch for the Intercontinental title. Especially after last night, because you saw it, Stephanie, you saw it at Payback. Actually, let me rephrase. I decimated Sami Zayn and proved to the world that I am better than he is. And now that that's done and over with, it's time for me to refocus. I want my Intercontinental title rematch tonight. But you know what, Stephanie? After seeing the way Shane has been running Raw these past few weeks, I have no hope whatsoever of him doing the right thing. But you have sense. You are a smart businesswoman, and you know what. Yeah, you are, and you know what the right move is. And besides, you know what? It's in my contract. I am owed an Intercontinental rematch, and I haven't had it yet. I am owed that title match, and I've yet to receive it.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I mean, but
That's actually a very valid point. It's the man who wasn't involved in the Intercontinental Championship match. Last night, Payback Cesaro. Hold on. Kevin, you're talking about last night. But see, last night on Payback, I had Miz beat in the middle of the ring. That's right. I had the Intercontinental Champion tapped out. Unfortunately for me and everybody in the Cesaro section, the resident whiner and complainer stuck his nose where it didn't belong. You know what? For once, I agree with you. Sami Zayn had no business anywhere near the ring during your match. But this isn't about you. This isn't very good. This is very much about me. Because if it wouldn't be for you, I'll be standing here as the Intercontinental Champion. Well, I don't know how things were done in the old era, but in the new era, you know what? We handle our business right here in this very ring. So tonight, Kevin Owens, you're going to take on the Cesaro, and we're going to see what goes down here starting right now of who gets the next shot at the Intercontinental Champion. Let's see what you can do. Love it. Sounds good to me. It's a great idea by Shane. There's a contract not meeting around here. Cesaro will be Kevin Owens to determine the number one contender for the Intercontinental title. It's live. It's going to be next.
Wow. So I guess it's safe to say that the siblings might be able to work together.
So, I think what they're trying to do here is they're having Stephanie try to make the best of a bad situation, and eventually it's going to implode. And that's what they're building to.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Although you got to admit, I think this is the most entertaining Stephanie has been since the formation of the Authority.
Yeah, this could be very, very good. Am I the only one who's not upset that Triple H is not on TV?
I'm not the least bit upset. I am kind of shocked that Stephanie healed from the spear quicker than Triple H did. I'm very intrigued by that. But like that's kind of what's throwing me a little bit. Like, I get you take time off to sell an injury, but Triple H suffered more pain. I mean, like, I guess maybe I'm the only one that's noticing this, but I'm fine with it. I'm glad Triple H is off TV. They're probably going to wait a long time to bring him back, which makes sense because usually after WrestleMania, that's when Triple H goes back to the boardroom and doesn't really wrestle and stops the wrestling. And then when we get closer and closer to Mania or whatever, or whenever Triple H invokes his rematch clause, if he decides to, that's probably going to be when he comes back. But I'm glad Triple H isn't on TV. I love that this is between Stephanie and Shane. And I love the fact that Stephanie played off the thing that Shane was doing with the hand over the heads and the yay and the boos. And Stephanie seems to be having fun with it. And I'm like, I like that. Like Shane's ideas, my ideas. And when they would go boo, she would mouth the words boo. Like that. I love that. Like, I love that Stephanie can have fun with this. That my respect for her went up because of that.
So I have a question.
Okay.
And I know this is going to be a lot off topic, but I saw it on Facebook, and I really got to know. If you had superpowers, can you honestly say you would be a hero?
I think I would be a hero in a sense that kind of like how Deadpool would define himself as a hero, honestly. Like,
so it's like, you can be the biggest fucking asshole in the world, but if you see someone who needs help.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, you know? Like, I'm not going to be squeaky clean like Superman. I would probably be Deadpool. I would probably be an asshole to a lot of people, but if I saw somebody that really needed help, then I would be heroic. But I'm not, but if your cat gets stuck in a tree, you're on your own. Like, I'm not. You better get a ladder and climb your ass up there. Why you even have a cat to deal with? I'm like, sorry. I don't know why I got shot. But yeah, I can honestly say I would probably use my superpowers to get laid. I would. That's what I would do. I would use my superpowers to get laid, and I wouldn't use them unless it was absolutely necessary.
That is an honest answer.
It is. What guy wouldn't? That's why Superman was a pain in the ass. You're the Man of Steel. You're the most badass person on the planet. Yet when you walk up to Lois Lane, you're like fiddling with glasses and like you're nervous to ask her on a date. You're fucking Superman. Get some swagger. Damn it. That's why Batman gets. I mean, and the cool thing about Batman is that he's the only superhero that can get laid without having to tell anyone he's Batman. Like, because he's Bruce Wayne. He's rich. He's got money. He doesn't. The Batman, like Clark Kent, has to say he's Superman just to get a woman to say hi.
I stand by what I said. Green Arrow.
Exactly, Green Arrow. Like I'm saying, like Bruce Wayne, all he has to do is show his bank statement, and girls will line up outside the mansion. Like he never has to tell anybody that he's Batman.
Tell me that bank account isn't a superpower. You cannot tell me that bank account is not a superpower. Fuck you.
Well, well, it doesn't reveal that he's. I mean, the only way it reveals that he's Batman is if the woman actually takes the time to read everything that he's bought on the bank statement. Usually, they look at the balance at the bottom.
No, think about this. Think about this for 1 second. Let's use some logic here. All right, you're in a crime-ridden city. All right, most of the city is in a hell of a situation. You know, you've got the politicians and the criminals who run things, and everybody else is pretty well stepped on. How many fucking billionaires do there have to be for them not to realize that Bruce Wayne is the only one who can fucking afford to be Batman?
I don't know, but they still can't figure it out. I think it's because they don't expect a billionaire to put his body on the line like that. I think that's the reason. Because they expect billionaires to be sitting in their mansions, drinking tea and counting their money. But Bruce doesn't do that. Like, he's rich, but he doesn't. Like, the only time he acts like a rich person is when he's at parties and galas, and that's to keep up appearances. That's only because Alfred gave him that piece of advice. Like, look, blend in with the rich people so they don't get suspicious. That's why sometimes he acts like a rich douchebag, so he can stay under the radar.
Yeah. Honestly, I've said it before, because I know for a fact, if I had superpowers, it doesn't matter what superpower I had, I'd be a fucking dick.
I know. And I think most people would, and I think that's what makes Deadpool so popular of a movie. The fact that he acts the way most people would act if they got superpowers, and he only gets heroic when his girlfriend gets kidnapped or when he wants revenge on the people that fucked with him.
He is the truest definition of an anti-hero.
Yes.
He's not heroic at all. He's not. He's only the protagonist because it betters his goal.
Yeah. I still think my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes in Deadpool is around the end when the big silver metallic guy is trying to teach him about being a hero and, like, you know, about showing mercy to your enemies and everything. And then Deadpool just shoots the guy in the face. He's like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? He's like, dude, you were rambling on for like 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. And he just shot him in the face. I'm like, thank you. Finally, a superhero who does that.
By the way, speaking of Deadpool, we are 1 week away from the DVD Blu-ray release of Deadpool.
Really?
1 week.
Oh, damn. That means...
Today is Tuesday, May 3rd. On Tuesday, May 10th, Deadpool comes out on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah. Guys, if you were waiting for this moment to see Deadpool, go see Deadpool. Oh, my God.
Or if you still haven't seen it, do the smart thing and download it. It is legally available on digital download.
That is awesome.
I don't care how you buy it. Yeah, they released it earlier for digital.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, also, did you hear about, I think there was a movie theater in Utah that was selling beer during the Deadpool movie, and apparently they got hit with a huge fine, and Ryan Reynolds donated some money to help pay the fine.
Yeah, he paid the fine. He said, fuck, no. And you know, that's why I love Ryan Reynolds, because he is the embodiment of Wade Wilson. No one else could have been Wade Wilson.
No.
It had to be Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. It's like you said before, he was an avid fan of the Deadpool comics, and So he knows how to stay true to the character, and he's even said that Deadpool is bi or pansexual, and said that he would be open to, if there were future Deadpool sequels, Deadpool being in a gay relationship. And I was like, all right, well, that's a good politically correct answer to give, but what does that do to his girlfriend? That made no sense to me, but...
Well, if you actually went by the original story, Deadpool did not have a human girlfriend throughout most of the comic books. He's actually in an on-again, off-again relationship with, I kid you not, Death.
Death?
The embodiment of Death.
As in the Grim Reaper?
Yes, a female Grim Reaper.
Wow. Wow. That would have made a 10 times better movie.
Yes, but you can't. The premise of this was an origin story, so maybe not bring it up in a later story.
I hope so, because that would be so fucking cool if they did that.
So yeah, anyway, we got way off track.
Yes, we did. But anyway, overall, the opening segment was great. Of course, Kevin Owens comes out whining that he wants his title shot. Cesaro wants his. So now they're fighting to be number one contender. And now, obviously, there's something that happens during this match. But I'm just gonna give a thought here, and it wasn't a permanent thought. I just want to have a brief second, because yesterday we were talking about on Payback the match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, where I wanted Sami to win, but Desmond brought up that Kevin Owens needed to win to stay relevant and that Sami Zayn could take the loss. Well, when I first heard it was going to be the two of them to earn the right to fight for the Intercontinental title, the first thought that popped into my mind was, oh crap, we're witnessing the beginning of the burial of Sami Zayn. I got really scared that they were going to fuck over Sami Zayn. At first. That kind of scared me. So, now obviously those plans changed, and we'll explain why as we talk about in the opening contest we had Kevin Owens go one-on-one with Cesaro.
I'm assuming this match was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yes. These two guys put on one hell of a fight. These guys went back and forth in the action. Basically Cesaro was hitting uppercuts after uppercut after uppercut. Owens was eventually being able to come back, but the best part was Cesaro hitting his gut wrench suplex off the top rope. From the top rope, he hits the gut wrench suplex on Kevin Owens. The crowd went freaking... What?
From truly the top rope? That was like Kevin Owens on the top rope and he's on the second rope and they call it the top rope?
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Okay, see, I hate that shit. That's the second rope, period.
Fair enough. But the point is, it was still amazing nonetheless. And then eventually in the end, basically Owens goes to grab the Intercontinental title. Owens grabs the Intercontinental title on the outside, tries to hit Cesaro with it. Miz grabs it. Them get into an uppercut. And then you'll get into an argument, and they're yelling and screaming. Cesaro then hits an uppercut on Kevin Owens and then uppercuts the Miz and sends him flying into the barricade. Then as Cesaro goes for his patented swing, the Miz comes in and attacks Cesaro, which causes a disqualification. So by disqualification, Cesaro wins the match, which I think is going to give him the Intercontinental title shot. But then as Owens and the Miz start arguing, they get into a shoving match. Cesaro starts attacking them. So they decide to team up, beat down on Cesaro. And then Sami Zayn comes out and he attacks everybody in sight and then hits an exploder suplex on The Miz. And then Zayn hits the haluva kick on Owens. And then Zayn goes for The Miz, but Maurice pulls him out of the ring. And then Zayn is then standing in the ring holding up the Intercontinental Championship. And that ends the segment, which led me to believe, okay, there is no beginning of a burial for Sami Zayn. If that hadn't happened, I would have truly believed that Sami Zayn was getting fucked over by WWE.
You can't fuck over Sami Zayn right now. He's too damn popular.
I know, but
he's good on the mic. He's good on the mic. He's phenomenal in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree you can't fuck over Sami Zayn, but stranger things can happen in WWE, and I got very concerned when he was not involved in this segment. But when he ran out, I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Sami's still in the picture. And then, of course, after all this excitement, we see the new and improved Stephanie, I'm calling it, walking backstage when she gets confronted by the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose, who's not buying the new and improved Stephanie. And here's how that unfolded.
What are you looking at?
I don't buy it.
You don't buy what?
Slapped on this new smile and everything, but deep down, I think you're still the same old, same Stephanie McMahon.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I expected you, of all people, to be more open-minded. Didn't my brother Shane give you your own talk show on Raw, the Ambrose Asylum?
Yep.
Well, how about tonight? Open forum. Ask me anything you want. You could have me as your guest. What do you say?
I say, now we're talking.
Is it a deal?
Deal.
All right, I look forward to it. And I can't wait to meet Mitch.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you out there. You're going to have a great time.
Well, there you have it. Stephanie McMahon in the Ambrose Asylum.
Yeah, some tell me that doesn't turn out right.
Well, definitely, Stephanie definitely has a new attitude. For a moment there, when she was looking at Dean, like, what are you looking at? I couldn't tell if she was just in a happy mood or if she was slightly flirtatious there. Like, something was weird with the delivery of that. But still, Stephanie's excited. She can't wait to meet Mitch. And by the way, I just learned this yesterday, too. For those of you who may not know, Mitch is the name of the plant, the potted plant that's in the Ambrose Asylum. Dean named the plant Mitch. I don't know why, but he did.
He's Dean Ambrose. Do you really need an explanation for what he does?
It's not a matter of needing one. It's, am I going to get one? That makes any sense.
I stand by what I said. It's Dean Ambrose. Do you really think you're going to
And
the same logic works, man. The same logic works.
pretty much. I've learned that pretty much. But yeah, so we got Stephanie McMahon on the Ambrose Asylum, open forum. Ask her anything she wants. You can ask her anything you want. She's looking forward to it. So is Dean. And all I know is we've got one hell of an interesting segment coming up with Stephanie and Dean Ambrose. And then after that, we cut to the backstage area, another section of the backstage area, where, here's the thing, guys. Just when we thought the R-Truth Goldust thing was over, turns out it's only gone to a different level. See, before, Goldust was recruiting R-Truth. R-Truth wanted no part of it. Then Truth changed his mind, but then Goldust changed his mind. So now it's Truth pursuing Goldust. Well, now they're doing this thing where they're trying to make each other jealous by picking different tag team partners. So we see R-Truth with Tyler Breeze. And of course, Tyler Breeze and R-Truth are hanging out, and they're discussing the matchup is going to take place between Tyler Breeze and Goldust, and then Goldust brings out his new tag team partner, and you know what? Just take a listen for yourselves. That's the only thing I can say about what's about to happen here.
Yeah, we can rap to the ring together. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to teach you how to rap. All right? Check this out. He's Team Breezy. I'm more true. Abraham Lincoln was shot by. Babe Ruth? Dog, everybody know Babe Ruth shot Abraham Lincoln. Can't teach you everything. This is a lot easier than coach. Well. This is gorgeous. Or should I say average looking? How care? Hey, no. You gotta come over here causing problems. You causing problems, us, sir? Me? Yeah, you. The one that challenged me to the next night. You know what? I'm gonna stick that silver where the smartphone don't shine. And even if it did, nobody would be able to see it. Hey, I'll point at you if I want. Hey, you can't come around here talking about my pet. Right. You can't come talk about him like that. That's my dog. So if you're trying to make me jealous, that's okay. I got me a partner. Do you see this? Is that you spanking the mate? Yes. You check it out. I'm gonna show you chemistry right here. Take it. We were old. Yeah, look pretty. Look real pretty. Watch this. Look, gorgeous. Oh, you're gorgeous. Gorgeous. That's a stick, man. I'm out of here. You know what? You will never forget the name of John. Go.
Yeah, okay. Now, I know earlier I talked about learning something new every day and certain things you're not taught in school, but I'm pretty sure, in fact, I'm 1,000% certain Babe Ruth did not shoot Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Somebody Booth. I can't remember his first fucking name.
John Wilkes.
Yeah, John Wilkes Booth. There you go.
Yes, John. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Everybody know Babe Ruth shot Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, doesn't you think R-Truth can't get any weirder? Oh shit, there he is.
So, what's the okay, I'm gonna get off topic for just a second again. A puppy-sized spider was spotted in the South American rainforest.
A what spider?
A spider the size of a puppy.
Wow, that's messed up.
Weighs about 6 ounces. It's got an 11, or I believe it's an 11-inch wingspan.
Damn. Well, at least in the rainforest, and it ain't here. Just please tell me they're gonna keep it in the rainforest, not gonna bring it to America and try to study it and scare the shit out of all of us.
Well, from what I'm reading, though it has big fangs, like 2-inch long fangs, its venom isn't that potent to humans, and and apparently a pissed off chicken could do more damage to you than a spider could.
Yeah, I know a thing or two about pissed off chickens. I played Legend of Zelda.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought when I read this shit.
I've learned not to piss off chickens in that game.
But anywho,
Bam.
That's the I was reading up on it, and I actually knew spiders could get that big. I've done some studying, and that is known as the world's largest spider. But it's cool. It's cool to see pictures of it side by side with a human.
Absolutely. I mean, that is definitely insane. And of course, also getting back on the topic here. So Tyler Breeze and R-Truth now formed a tag team. What makes this funny is that, as you guys know, Tyler Breeze is notorious for having a selfie stick. Well, apparently R-Truth has a selfie stick too. The only problem is, instead of it being a selfie stick, it's a normal stick with his cell phone taped to it. To try and be like Tyler Breeze.
All right.
And then, of course, their team is now called the Gorgeous Truth. And apparently, the other Goldust and Fandango are now called Goldongo. And they're now trying to, I guess they're trying to help Tyler Breeze, and maybe they're trying to bring Fandango back into the limelight. But apparently the R-Truth Goldust story has now taken a new turn, and I don't know when they're finally going to pull the trigger and make these guys a tag team, but I swear to God, Ross and Rachel took longer to make this thing happen. I mean, Ross and Rachel was shorter than this. But anyway, I see we got we got 2 callers on the line right now. We'll get to the first one that called in and see what's on their mind real quick. And hello, you're on the BOOCHCAST.
Hey, Vinny, it's Frank.
Oh, hey, Frank.
I just wanted to say something that the thing with Goldust, personally, as a wrestler, I think he sucks.
Okay.
I just don't think he's good. I just think he's been around for too long, and the thing with R-Truth, and then when he came out last night and he did the Fandango dance, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I thought it was a joke.
Well, in a way, it's supposed to be. They're basic. These guys are basically the comic relief of the whole show. That's their position at this point. Goldust is not being built up to become a world heavyweight champion. R-Truth is obviously not going that route, and they're still trying to do this. Tyler Breeze is still somebody they're trying to figure out, or have been trying to figure out for the longest time, and Fandango's been in Jobberland. I'm surprised he's not the new member of the Social Outcasts. So yeah, that's basically that was their job, to be the comic relief of the show, give us something entertaining to enjoy before we get back to the storylines that matter.
It's weird that because I thought Fandango, I hadn't seen them in such a time. I thought, okay, what's going on? And then it seems like I see Goldust every time I turn around.
Well, yeah.
Well, the reason for that, so you gotta look at this. Goldust, it will forever be popular because of his stint in the Attitude Era. No matter no matter how old he gets, no matter how much he's lost touch, he will always forever be popular because of his Attitude Era time. And but Fandango never had popularity. That's why he was taken off the air for so long. So by partnering him with Goldust, you're giving him a little bit of credibility, even if it's only short term.
Well, I would have thought they would have put him with Goldust with Stardust.
Well, it did for a while, but they ended up setting up a rivalry, and something happened, and it ended up the storyline got scrapped. And which really pissed off a lot of us fans who really wanted to see Stardust versus Goldust at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that
That would have been
forever.
That would have been a really, really good. But as far as what I thought was real interesting last night is they had the New Day tag team with that 7-foot guy.
Yeah, Big Cass.
And I thought that was an awesome tag team against the other idiots.
Yeah, it was the Dudley Boys and the Vaudevillains, because basically they were addressing the incident with Enzo Amore at Payback last night. So they kind of used Big Cass as a way to fill out an 8-man tag and give Big Cass something to do while Enzo's still recovering from the concussion.
Yeah, well, the one I'm looking forward to seeing, if he ever comes back, is my favorite, Randy Orton. I want to see him back.
From what I understand, he was out with injury. But he's been ready to return for a while now, and they're just waiting for the right time to pull the trigger on his return.
Yeah.
What I understand.
What's the storyline do you think that they're going to use with Randy Orton to go for the belt?
No, actually, I don't think that he needs the. I mean, one, he doesn't need the belt. He as soon as he returns, he's going to be extremely popular because he's returning and everybody loves him. But no, what's going to end up happening is, I think what they're going to do is they're going to write out this story with Shane and Stephanie running Raw, and finally it's going to implode, and they're going to have Shane pick somebody and Stephanie pick somebody, and the person that they pick are going to go against each other for control of Monday Night Raw. And I think it's going to be Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Now that would be, have they ever gone against each other?
Yes. For when Randy Orton left Evolution, they had a big rivalry actually for a while.
That's right. Yeah, I think. This thing with what is it? Roman Reigns against AJ Styles. I don't know how long they're going to play that.
I like Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. Their match was phenomenal. It proved that Roman Reigns could put on a hell of a match in ring. It also proved that fans don't care how good of a match you're putting on in ring because they're going to hate who they want to hate. But Roman Reigns, what I'm hoping happens here with and we'll get more into this later on in the show when we actually talk about the main event. But Roman Reigns or AJ Styles will be forced to make a heel turn before this rivalry is over. I think that's the point of this rivalry, is for one of them to make a proper heel turn.
Now, what about, doesn't Triple H get a rematch for his belt?
He could if he wanted to, but Triple H also is no longer a full-time wrestler. He only took the belt because the main reason he took the belt is because Seth Rollins got injured, which fucked things up, and they had to rewrite some storylines to have somebody to go against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So that was the only reason he had the belt to begin with, because originally it was going to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but Rollins got injured.
Yeah, and with the lack of star power that they have on the roster, because that was the big problem going into WrestleMania. They got all the wrestlers in the world, but there were no stars built up yet. So that's why Triple H put the belt on himself so he could be the guy to build Roman Reigns and give him the credibility he needed by putting on the match that they had at WrestleMania. And then while at the same time using WrestleMania to give a little bit more push to the stars that they have and want and truly want to build. But all the stars were gone due to injuries. That's another reason Triple H put the belt on himself.
Yeah, because I think Triple H, ever since he put on the suit, I think he's gotten, like, he used to be huge. I think he's just gotten smaller as far as his muscle mass. Ever since I think once you put on the suit, I think it changes you.
Well, he used to be a bodybuilder. He's not anymore. That's why he was so big, is he spent so much time in the gym actually as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, and then
now he trains. If he's going to have a match, he trains long enough to get into shape, but he's not trying to build that muscle mass anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, he's not. Yeah, because when he wrestled, I was like, God, he's big, but he's not big like he used to be.
Right.
So, and then the other one I thought was interesting is for the United States Championship, Rusev winning it, and he's going to go against, I can't remember his name, but the luchador guy. I think that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think that's going to be very, very interesting because you got Rusev, who's like the size of like a truck, and then you got Kalisto, who's the size of a stick.
Yeah. Well, Kalisto's always going to be against people who are bigger than him. That is the only way he can go because he is a very small guy. Let's put it this way. I'm not a very big guy, but I'm bigger than Kalisto.
Well, it reminded me of Rey Mysterio when he would go against the bigger guys.
Yeah, well, it's actually a good reference point because Kalisto is actually the same height as Rey Mysterio.
And that's what it reminds me of. I mean, him going against, like, it's like him going against the biggest of the big, and he's small and small.
Yeah, but here's the difference, and people are going to try to make that comparison all the time. But here's the difference: when Rey Mysterio was doing it, the people he were going against were big guys, but they weren't athletic guys. You weren't seeing big guys doing flips. You weren't seeing big guys doing full-on super kicks. Nowadays, we've got fucking Kevin Owens and Rusev and all these big guys who run around and like the small guys, who are quick like the small guys. And Kalisto, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was one of Rey Mysterio's biggest fucking fans back in the day. But Kalisto makes Rey Mysterio look like a joke. The stuff that Kalisto does in the ring is 3-4 times harder than the stuff that Rey Mysterio did. And as I said, that's coming from someone who's a massive fan of Rey. But Kalisto he's outshowing it. And that's what this whole new generation is going to do. But what we're going to see is, like, you're thinking of, like, when we saw Rey Mysterio versus The Big Show. Except now, you got to imagine if Big Show could do a fucking senton. That's what we're looking at here. We're going to see actually fast-paced matches with bigger people against Kalisto, which is going to make this so much more fun to watch.
Well, it reminds me of David and Goliath. It's just, and Kalisto, he is just so good in the ring. He's just so good.
Oh, yeah. And he's not bad on commentary either.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so good. Now, I do like what Stephanie McMahon did was when she made the match for the women's title, but she said Ric Flair is barred from ring. And
that surprised me. That sounded like something they should have had Shane McMahon do.
Mm-hmm.
But this could very well. It was a brilliant move. It's something we've all been waiting for. But the only way I see this being a good thing is if finally Natalya wins the title.
Well, I mean, I think it's about time because Charlotte, and usually when she wrestles, to protect her title, she usually has her father, Ric Flair, out there. And he can, be somebody that's going to
just so you guys know,
cause
Frank's
a
one of those
problem
people that doesn't
outside the
understand
ring
storylines.
to make it
And
where
he has a hard time
Charlotte
differentiating
retains her
the
title.
booking aspect as in terms to what goes on in the ring.
Yeah, I just...
He's the mark.
I'm done.
So I have this
Me and Vinny both are done with Charlotte as a champion.
That's why this is so funny to me.
It's getting old.
It was old from the start. I didn't like her as champion to start with.
Well, then now it's time to move on. You got Natalya, which I think deserves the championship. Let's move it on. Let's go somewhere else with it.
Absolutely.
Because you can only go so far with the storyline before it's like, this is stupid. No one wants this. And that's why everybody, when the women come on, that's why everybody gets up and goes use the bathroom. Because they have the same person with the champion forever.
Well, first of all, that's not true at all. And the reason people were going to use the bathroom is because for the longest time, women's matches were like about 2 minutes long, had no storytelling, and sucked. Now, despite the fact that I don't like Charlotte, the matches are fucking phenomenal. So now people are less likely to leave during the women's matches because the matches are actually worth watching.
I think they're building up the women's matches to where it's something that you don't want to miss during a pay-per-view or something, so you want to see it and see what happens.
Right. They're making it worth watching.
Which is really good.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, when I watched Raw, it's just going to be interesting with how this storyline goes with both of them in charge, Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon. I looked up on the internet, and in real life, Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon have a little feud going on in real life. So they have problems in real life because he did this and she did that, and it's that there was,
it's personal family. It's personal family sibling rivalry. That shit happens all the time. It was part of it's like what's crazy is some of the stuff that Shane says has been saying, like him saying his voice wasn't being heard and the company wasn't going the direction he wanted, and that's why he left. That comes from a true place. But Stephanie took it personally when he left.
But he went on to do other things now.
Yeah, but he went and he built his own businesses, he built his own empires, and he come back because he does truly love this business, and he wants to see it thrive.
And he knows that, and he knows a lot of the decisions being made lately are not benefiting the company. There's a lot of bad decisions being made, and Shane wants to come back to make sure that WWE gets done the right way because he has a lot of ideas to elevate the company, and a lot of them are great. And since he's been back in WWE, Monday Night Raws have been very good. There's very few Monday Night Raws that were disappointing.
What I hope is, even though I don't like the Wyatt family, I hope they give Bray Wyatt a chance to get the championship because I think he deserves it because I think he's really, really good.
Well, you don't like the Wyatt family.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
No. The Wyatt family, to me, you always have to have more than one person. We have to have 4 people because
Again,
we can't
he
do it
doesn't understand
ourselves.
heels and baby faces.
So,
Desmond's about to
I
let
think
him have
that's why
in the world. Watch this. Listen to this.
It's a gimmick. You can't have a gimmick like that. They're a faction. You have them in every generation that has factions. That's like saying I don't like DX because DX always work together to take on for somebody. It's a faction.
But then why did they get rid of the Shield? That was a faction.
They broke up the Shield because the Shield needed to break up. The Shield had been around for about 2 years and was completely dominating. They needed to break up the Shield to allow for other storylines. Whereas the Wyatt family, the Wyatts aren't taking over the show like the Shield were. They're more of a background faction. So they can have them run rampant as long as they're not taking over the entire show and dominating everybody. they can keep them going for a longer period of time, much like the Ministry of Darkness did in the Attitude Era.
Well, what I think is, though, I think Bray Wyatt, though, I think he should be champion.
I agree. I think, and so from what I understand, they're planning some kind of a feud between Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt for the championship in the coming year.
Because when I remember when Triple H was champion and Bray Wyatt got in the ring, he was eyeballing that championship like crazy.
Absolutely. That was a fucking fantastic moment.
And I think he deserves it because Bray Wyatt, even though his brother Bo Leave, I think Bo Leave, what do you think about Bo Leave?
Bo Dallas? I hated him from the beginning. That's something me and Vinny very much disagree on. I can't stand him, but Vinny loves him.
But I don't think he's as good as his brother, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And just to reiterate right now, I definitely think Bray is better than Bo. I just appreciate the gimmick. And also I want to say, Frank, you know, it's always a joy to have you on the BOOCHCAST, but we do have another caller on the line. It's been waiting for quite some time. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap this up and let you go because I don't want to keep this guy waiting too long. The guy's been waiting long enough. But I just want to say I want to thank you so much, man, for calling in. It was a great discussion, and I hope you're calling again in the future.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, Vinny.
All right, man. Sounds good, Frank.
All right. Okay, bye.
All right, see ya. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Frank. By far one of the most interesting calls we've had in a very long time. And I don't understand for the life of me, how do you not know that Triple H, you're a wrestling fan and you don't know Triple H and Randy Orton had a rivalry?
Oh, man!
I don't get that logic. But on that note, we do have another caller on the line. He's been waiting very patiently.
He remembered it.
Yeah, I got a good idea of who this person is, but I'm going to put him on the line to make sure. I'm hoping this is who I think it is. Hello, you're on the BOOCHCAST.
Hey, buddy, this is Harry Gator, Ricky Rock.
Yes! I've been waiting for this guy to call back. Ladies and gentlemen, from Southside Pro Wrestling in Virginia, Gator Ricky Ross is on the line. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Oh, nothing much. To the feller that just called, it was WrestleMania 23. No. 20. It was at a no, it's 25. WrestleMania 25. Triple H and the Orton. I thought it was WrestleMania 24.
Well, that was a triple threat match with John
25.
Cena. 25, they went one-on-one.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Because the stipulation was if Triple H got disqualified, he automatically lost the title.
Yeah.
That was the stipulation.
Yes, it was. It was one hell of a fight, and in the end, Triple H did manage to retain the championship, but they had a hard time following Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, so the crowd was pretty much dead by the time they got out there.
Exactly. Oh, and another thing, Mr. Bucci, another thing, I watched your little show, the Daytime Fighting League.
Yes.
You must have been with a crap ton of women because you knew how to get that bra off that fella real quick.
Yes. I'm not gonna claim Southside Steve numbers, but I've been with my fair share of girls. Yeah.
That depends on how you define girls and women.
Shut up.
I was a little worried because I was first looking at Mr. Bucci. You look at him and you're like, damn, ain't no girl going to hit that. And he had that bra on for 5 minutes. I was like, dang on, Mr. Bucci.
Yes, that is.
You got to show you something else, though. Say what?
Now, I was going to say, that is the common appearance. Most people think, oh, ain't no way no girl's going to hit that. But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, man. It's
common. It's a common.
Yeah.
I'm sure they hit it with a sledgehammer, a shovel, a flying rock. hit him in the head with a freaking rock.
Oh yes.
I tell you what.
Yes. I take this opportunity to say to Gator Ricky Ross. Last time you called into the BOOCHCAST, I was all by myself doing the show. I just wanted to introduce you. The other person that you're hearing right now is he's on Mondays and Tuesdays. He co-hosts the show with me. He's a singer-songwriter. His name is Desmond. This is my co-host Desmond. Desmond, this is Gator Ricky Ross, who is a wrestling announcer from Southside Pro Wrestling in Virginia.
Yep. I also dabble in the managing, and then I actually did some commentary. Did you watch my commentary?
Yes, I did, and it was probably the most entertaining commentary I'd heard in a long time. Like, you went 5 minutes on going fishing with dynamite, which was the funniest damn thing I'd heard. I didn't even care who was wrestling. In fact, I didn't even watch the wrestling. I just put headphones in. I was doing some typing, and I just listened to your commentary. I didn't even see the match.
I got another one. I'll send it to you later, but I got a couple more I can send to you later.
Yeah, I would have watched the match, but you told me on Facebook you didn't work for that company anymore, so I didn't think watching the match was that important anyway. So I just listened to the commentary, and it was great.
I don't work for that company no more. Wrestling can be a lot of political crap.
Oh,
so yeah. I don't work for that company no more due to political crap. But that was the company that actually got me started. So that was that thing. But I'll send you a couple more. I got a couple more of me doing some commentary, and I got one or two of me managing. Yeah, I'll send you some of them later. But yeah, you was talking about the comedy aspect of wrestling and how, some things happen with the comedy aspect. I feel like people need to get more into the comedy aspect. Get some more entertainment into it. Because I'm a comic myself. I mean, that's what I do on the weekends. When I ain't working with the wrestling, I'm out doing stand-up shows. So, I mean, to be 100% honest, it makes sense.
It does. Like, and the thing about me is when it comes to the comedy aspect of wrestling, as long as it's done right, it's entertainment. Like, I'm sorry, I thought Santino Marella was amazing. Like, I agree. That was awesome. Like, he was, even when he was a heel, it was awesome. My favorite Santino Marella moment of all time was when he was mocking Stone Cold and doing it wrong, and then Austin finally got in the ring, confronted him, and there was one moment, I remember it forever. It was when Austin was trying to correct him. He says, "It's the bottom line, not the bottom lines." And Santino goes, "Sometimes I like to say more than one thing." I just collapsed on the floor. That was the best line ever.
My favorite Santino moment was when he had tea with Sheamus. And he had tea with Sheamus, and he said, "How would you like your tea? Milky?" And then he said, "Well, hold on a minute. That is not I don't do Italian, so I can't actually get his voice. But he said, that is not a reference to your milky complexion." I about died on the floor.
I'm laughing right now just remembering this.
Man, that was more entertaining than trying to watch Ray Charles wearing Waldo book. That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
What about you, Desmond? You got a favorite Santino moment?
Say what?
No, I'm saying the Desmond. Does he have a favorite Santino moment?
Absolutely. Oh, he's talking to me now. Come on now. Go on. You talking to you, Mom? When Sanchez decided was going against Vicky Guerrero in the mud fight. Yeah. that was a good one too. On a more serious note, though, y'all hadn't talked about this, and I feel like this needs to be talked about because it's very serious. After watching Raw last night, it's very serious. Did y'all see that very, very bad man. He was a mean, mean man doing mean, mean things to good, good people. And he took Mitch. He took Mitch in his hands and he hit Mitch over the head and Dean Ambrose. Now Mitch is dead, man. We don't know what's Mitch.
Oh yeah, we were. Oh, I know. We were gonna get to that a little later in the show, but yeah, when Mitch got destroyed, man, that was just mean. Like, why couldn't Jericho just knock Dean Ambrose out and call it a day? He had to kill Mitch. Poor Mitch.
Mitch. I'm sorry. That was the most diabolical. He's a monster. You didn't know that? That's a monster. A man that's gonna hit another man in the head with his plant. You know how big of a bond a man gets with his plant? That's a bond. You can't break that bond with a man and his plant, alright?
Yes. Yes, a plant is man's best acquaintance.
Monster, man. It's a damn monster.
It was just wrong. It was wrong. And then not only that, the Ambrose Asylum gets canceled and the highlight reel comes back on top of that. It's like, dude, you already got your show back. You didn't need to do that.
It was just as bad as when see, 'cause I cried when old YQWJ or whatever, I don't know how you say his name, but old Chris Jericho went and he busted Francine, man. He broke Francine. I'm sorry, I told myself I wouldn't cry. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I told myself I wouldn't cry.
It's all right. It's all right, man. It's all right.
A brother got knees, man. A brother got knees of a trombone. You don't break Francine.
I mean, he's got Francine too, but it just ain't the same.
Say what?
I said he's got Francine too, but it just ain't the same.
It ain't the same, man. It ain't like Francine one. You can't blow on the same girl the same way, all right? Different girls get blowed on different ways.
So I've heard.
And so you heard you don't get as much action as Mr. Bucci, really?
Well, I've gone through a bit of a dry spell lately, but I've had my fair share of action. Just it's been a while. Is all I'm gonna say.
Well, Mr. Bucci, let me tell you something. If you want to get you some women, tell them to watch you take that bra off that feller. I'm gonna tell you right now, that don't turn them on in the game.
I like that. That should be the tagline. That should be the tagline for the episode. Ladies, if this don't turn you on, then you gay. I wish they just put that on Adult Swim.
Pizza, baby.
Yeah, I still don't know what possessed me to say that, but it just came out. Like, but by the way, for those of you that are wondering, that's why the title of today's episode is actually called Pizza Baby, because I said that on Daytime Fighting League. I probably should have mentioned that at the top of the show, but I had so much on my mind.
Well, I gotta say something else about the Daytime Fighting League. I don't know if both of you guys out there doing commentary, but them fellas need to get the hell off the commentary. If you don't know what you're doing, don't be on the damn commentary. Alright, let the professional do it. You know what? Tell them fellas, I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna do the commentary for them fellas because they don't know what they're doing.
Well, I'll definitely put in a good word for you, man.
Say what?
I said I'll definitely put I'll put in a good word for you, man. I will.
Tell them that they missed so many opportunities to make so many good jokes. I mean, you had an old dude named Jaguar. You know how many Derek Kruger references you could have had? These dudes didn't make a single damn reference. No Cougar, no Big Cat, no nothing. I'm like, yo, suck at your commentary. That killed it for me with your commentary. If you're gonna have something up there with two fellas trying to take a bra off with one another, and you ain't got those commentary, then it ruins the fight.
Yes. Oh, this is making me laugh, but at the same time, I really hope Adult Swim's not tuning in right now.
Say what?
I said, this is making me laugh, but at the same time, I really hope Adult Swim's not tuning in right now. I don't want to lose my job. But this is so damn funny.
I think this is a very good time for a disclaimer right here. Now,
yes.
the BOOCHCAST does not endorse nor accept or claim views that are mentioned in the show by its call-in guests. Thank you.
However, we do reserve the right to. However, they're entertaining, so we reserve the right to keep them out there.
Okay. That being said, the Gator Ricky Ross says this: why in the world did none of y'all make no goddamn jokes? You could have made weight jokes. You could have made flabby skin jokes. You could have made old people jokes. You could have made cougar jokes. You could have made jokes about them fellas not getting as many women because the old dude hadn't been with a woman in a while because he didn't know how to get the bra off. I mean, there was so many daggone good jokes they could have made, and they didn't do it. So, them fellas, if y'all's listening, up your game up before I come over there and I take you daggone spot. Because y'all got up your game.
All right. Well, we'll be sure to, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind. I'm gonna remember.
Tell them they need to up their game.
I will. I'll let them know. I got time before my. I got a few episodes before my next round fight, so I'll let them know for the episode this week.
Well, let me tell you something. They made me madder than a homie's electrician. I was so pissed off. It won't Man, I was madder than the one-legged waitress working at the IHOP whose name is Eileen. I was so darn upset.
Well, I'm sorry the commentary upset you.
Tell them fellas that they need to up their game because I'm going to tell you right now, you know what? Bring me in as your manager. That's how we'll do it. Bring me in as your manager. I'll come up there. I'll manage for you. We'll win the whole thing, and then we split the prize money 50-50.
All right. Sounds good, man. You know, I could, do $250 ain't bad.
Shit, $250 ain't bad at all. Now we'll go buy pizza.
Well, we're in luck. There's a Goodfellas right down the street. There's a Goodfellas right down the street from the venue where the venue where the fights happen. So we can just literally just go right up the block.
90 seconds.
You buy pizza, I'll buy the women, and we'll have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially if you're buying the women, that gives me less to spend, which in a way makes you a great manager.
Yes, it does. That's why I'm gonna get midget strippers because they only cost half the price.
Well, a midget is well, I've never been with a midget, so that's definitely on my bucket list. So I'm down for that.
You know what? A midget, that's on my opposite of a bucket list. Rhymes with bucket. That's my other list. I ain't got a bucket list. I got a list. I didn't want to cuss. There might be youngins listening.
Okay, I appreciate that. For the record, cussing is okay on the BOOCHCAST, but I respect your right not to do it.
Yeah, don't cut, kids. Don't say the word derives with Bucci. Because it ain't a nice word. Don't say that word. Uncle Gator's here. Don't say that word. Listen to your Uncle Gator now.
10 seconds.
Absolutely.
Don't say that. That ain't a pretty word. And anybody, if you do say it, and you tell them that I told you to say it, I'm still Santa Claus. So don't tell nobody I told you to say it.
Oh yeah.
I'm still Santa Claus and shoot the Easter bunny.
Yeah, it's So apparently it's still wabbit season.
Oh, it's gonna be wabbit season. Well, it ain't duck season. The duck season don't start for actually it's in September when it starts here. Duck season. I
Really?
love duck season. That's like Christmas to me. Yeah, it's like Christmas to me. It is. It's like Christmas. You wake up in the morning. You walk outside. You start singing. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Like, honestly, the only time it's duck season is when I plug in my old Nintendo.
I don't get it.
Duck Hunt for the original Nintendo?
I don't play video games.
Oh, you don't?
No. Well, I mean, hold on. I do play I do got the WWE 2K16. I like that. That's one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Desmond, I love that
running
game.
the universe mode right now, actually.
Really? Is that any good?
I am. I'm running the universe mode, and it's a lot of fun because I made me some cool tag teams. Like I got Savio Vega teaming up with Mikey Whipwreck, and they're called I Don't Effing Know. So we got some cool tag teams. I'm working on another one. I'm gonna have Seth Rollins teamed up with Stardust, and I'm gonna call it Wet Dream. Because that's the only way them two would actually tag team together. I didn't name them after what you had last night, Mr. Booch. Really, I ain't that.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, though, I appreciate y'all having me on again. I might call back in again one more day this week. I don't know. It all depends on what's going on around the old cabin.
Absolutely. Well, Gator, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. It's always a joy. So feel free to call in anytime you're available, man. We'll always have you on.
Oh, I might. Like I said, it all depends on what's going on here in town. Things are getting kind of crazy, you know. My sister called me the other day, and she told me, she said, my husband is always pushing me around and talking behind my back. I said, Tammy, you're in a wheelchair. So I always got to fix stuff in my family.
Oh, there's one in every bunch.
Always got to fix stuff, man. Always got to fix stuff, and I'll make sure I send you that thing you Mr. Bucci. I'm gonna send you the other of me commentating. Did you like my twerk joke?
Yes. It made me laugh for two reasons. One, it was really funny, and two, my mom said something similar to that earlier. Like she said, because my mom works at a private school that helps special needs kids, and some of them have medications that they have to take, and apparently one of them had a seizure, and my mom told me that we were just having a conversation. She goes, oh my God, this girl at work had a seizure and she was twerking, and I was like, wait, what did you say? I'm like, and she said, she told me this girl was twerking. I'm like, well, what's wrong with that? And she said, and my mom's like, am I saying it wrong? I'm like, I think you mean tweaking. She goes, yeah, that's the word. I'm like, Mom, you don't want to mix those two up.
No, tweaking is what you do when you don't drugs.
True.
So, Mr. Bucci, before I go real quick, I got to say one more thing, okay? Because you were talking about your mama, so I figured I'd talk about my grandmama for a second.
Okay.
You know, as a young person, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I'm only 19 years of age. That's how old I am. I ain't that old.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. So, I still, got to listen to my grandmama and stuff. Well, my grandmama, I'm trying to explain to her the texting and all that other stuff. And I was on the book face, the book face?
Yeah.
The book face. I was on the book face, And she just started trying to figure out the concept of the word LOL.
Okay.
And apparently she thinks it means lots of love. So the other day I was on the book page. She wrote up there on my buddy Steve page up there because he just lost his mama. She wrote up there, "Sorry to hear about the loss of your mama. Call me later. LOL, Betty."
Oh, that is not good.
That is not good at all. That is not good at all. And I told her, I said, it don't mean lots of love. It means laugh out loud. She said, no, it means lots of love. He knows what I mean. He knows what I mean. I said, no, he don't. He thinks you're laughing at his pain. That ain't right, man. This is my family, man. I'm always trying to fix things for my family because everybody's always messing something up. Like my two cousins, Twitch and Tweeter, man. I think I told you. Didn't I tell you about Twitch and Tweeter?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well, Twitch and Tweeter is them, hold on a second. Them Japanese twins, you know what I'm talking about? They hitched at the hip.
Yeah. Them. Yeah, now I remember.
The Siamese twins. I'm going to go ahead and still say it for Mr. Lothario over there on the other side of the phone call. I'm going to say it for him. But yeah, they're hitched at the hip. They're the Siamese twins, the Siamese.
Yeah.
And the other day, they left our hometown, Moxon Creek, because Tweeter and Twitch, they went up to England. And they went up there because Twitch wanted to drive for a change. And the saddle. Did he get it? Did he get it?
I'm not sure.
Did you get it? Oh, Lord.
Dustin wasn't even paying attention.
Put down the weed. Good Lord. Put down the cigarette. Put down the cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
I don't smoke, boy.
Who
Vinny
you
does. Apparently someone 6 years younger than me.
Oh, 6 years. That's 6 years younger than you. Shoot, you need to watch some of my videos, son. 6 years
Your little
younger.
thing. You say you're 16. You say you're 19. I'm
I
25. boy.
am 19. Mr. Booch, really get him. Get him. Get him. I ain't dealing with it. Get him.
All right.
Vinny, you say a word, and I'll tell him about the incident.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I'll take it a vow of silence. Right? He's got me by the balls on this one, Gator. I gotta kind of stay. I gotta stay out of it.
Kill Santa Claus.
Man's got too much dirt on me.
I kill Santa Claus. You want me to kill Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is a ghost anyway. You kill him, he'll just keep coming back.
Actually, I might as well go ahead and kill him because apparently sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake. That sounds like a petty file to me. That sounds like old Mr. Steve that lives up the road. When he comes outside and he got his little overcoat on, he comes outside and he asks you want a lollipop? Always say no. You never want a lollipop from Mr. Steve because he ain't got nothing underneath that overcoat you want to see. He ain't got nothing underneath that overcoat you want to see.
Absolutely not.
If he does show it to you, don't get your magnifying glass out because it gets really, really bad.
And I never have a magnifying glass on me when I need it. They need to make an app for that on the phone. Get a magnifying glass app. That would be awesome.
He got mad at me because I gave his girlfriend one of them so she could finally figure out what the hell was poking her in the leg tonight. He got a little upset.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
He's a midget, so he got a little short with me. All right, well, Mr. Booch, really, I don't know how much more time you got left, and I know you probably want to do a nice big outro. So
yeah, we gotta wrap up. We gotta wrap up the Raw recap. But again, Gator, thank you so much for calling in, man. It was a blast. I truly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it. Hey, and don't next time, don't tell everybody the guy before me was interested. I'm interested.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Crap. All right, well, Mr. Booch, really, I talk to you. Mr. Lothario, it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you. Nice meeting you, too. You have a good, y'all have, sorry, my dog, I'm going to trip on my dog. All right, well, y'all have a nice rest of your afternoon, and I might see y'all tomorrow. I might see you Friday. I might see you Thursday. I don't know. I'm like herpes. I come back very, very frequently.
All right, man. Sounds good to me.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
All right, you too.
All right, see you later.
All right, see ya. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Gator Ricky Ross. Quite possibly one of the funniest callers, most entertaining callers we've had in BOOCHCAST history. And I'm glad Desmond got a chance to meet him. And I just stepped back and let him go. I'm sorry. This dude is amazing.
Yeah, that was interesting. Oh. A friend of mine shared this post as a picture of Donald Trump. You gotta listen to this. This is funny. It says, every Trump sentence has words, sometimes 3 words or 2. And they're great sentences, terrific sentences that I can tell you. Believe me, they're great. With the best words, terrific repeated words. Not very big words. Every Trump sentence has words.
You know what's funny? It literally just popped up in my Facebook feed as you were reading it. And it's from George Takei. I love it. I love it. It's like I felt like I'm reading Dr. Seuss.
That was a straight up fucking let's be honest here. That is the definition of a Trump fucking speech right there.
It is. It really is. And it's a formula that's working, but that is basically it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we had 2 terrific callers. We do have some time. We got some time left in the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up right where we left off in the recap before those 2 terrific calls. And after the incident with Goldust and Tyler Breeze and Fandango and all that, we cut to another section of the backstage area that explains the main event, where we see AJ Styles in the back with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and they're all kind of having a buddy-buddy talk. And here's what goes down between the men who are basically the Bullet Club, but have not yet been called the Bullet Club.
Because without you, I don't know what I'd be doing. It's so clear. It is what it is. You know, I don't know what to do without you. All right, that's just, you know what I mean? You show the world what you can do, AJ. Bro, last night you were great. No, wait for it. Last night, you ready? Last night, you were phenomenal. Yes, you won. Oh, okay. Take it easy on that, because I got beat. Plain and simple, I got beat. Listen, you took Roman Reigns to the limit last night. You were this close to becoming WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And being this close makes me want it even more. You're going to get your chance. Because in an Extreme Rules match, anything goes. She's right, because there's no way that Roman leaves Extreme Rules as the champion. Is that so? Whoa, hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Hey. Yeah, back up. After last night, got a lot of respect for you. I respect you two with all my heart. The fact that you guys had to get involved shows me one thing. I don't believe that AJ Styles can beat the guy on his own. My question is, can the three of you beat the three of us? You know what? In exchange, I'm going to beat you and take your title all on my own. But tonight, me and the boys, we're going to give you a little taste of what you can expect. You're on.
Well, I guess we got ourselves a six-man tag.
I'm glad they got this out of the way on a Raw and not at a major pay-per-view.
Me too. I'm glad for that too, and especially when you want to build a big main event for a Raw that's supposed to kick off the new era in WWE.
Yeah, this is the time. This is when we need it. I can't even fucking talk properly right now. But anywho, right now we're ushering in a time period where we've got new tag teams coming in. We've got new top stars. We're no longer centered around John Cena and Randy Orton. We're no longer centered around Rey Mysterio or Daniel Bryan or CM Punk. All of our people are new.
Yes.
And they're working very hard at building up these new stars.
Oh, yeah. They're doing an amazing job.
And I like the fact that they've got all these little mini factions going on right now. We've got the Usos with Roman Reigns. We've got the Club, as they've been called several times.
Yeah.
We've got we've got the Wyatt family. We had the League of Nations.
Yes.
But we've got factions. We've got the social outcasts. I mean, they're all there. And all of these teams have people who could be breakout stars on their own, but they have the faction as well. And the way it's being built right now, we can see a much more diverse main event picture for the coming months.
Absolutely. I 100% agree, and it's definitely been something that has been brewing for quite some time, and all we got to do is wait and see how that unfolds. And on that note, we do move on to the next match of the night. We talked about the segment briefly before the callers came in, but now we got the actual match itself, which is Goldust one-on-one against Tyler Breeze.
I'm going to say this match probably sucked, didn't it?
Yes and no. R-Truth handed Tyler Breeze a do-rag, and Goldust got jealous. It wasn't really much of a match. It was basically a lot of taunting, dancing, and R-Truth and Goldust trying to impress each other. It's like watching a couple break up, and then the girl gets a new boyfriend, and the guy gets a new girlfriend, and then they're trying to brag and show off how great the other person is, but they're not paying attention to their new date They're just trying to one-up each other. And that's basically what it was like. The only good thing that came out of this was that Tyler Breeze got the win. That's what was great. Tyler Breeze finally got a victory for the first time in what feels like forever.
Yeah. This is exactly what we needed to see here. Because Tyler Breeze can't continue to take losses. I mean, we haven't seen him in a while, but the last time we did see him, he was jobbing out
like crazy. Like, it's insane, the losing streak he's been on, and it's for reasons that a lot of people are still trying to figure out for the life of them. For the life of me, I can't figure out why they've been doing this to him, when in reality he's so talented and so amazing in the ring that for some reason they just want to job him out, and it's ridiculous. So I'm glad to see him finally get a victory and not be limited and not be jobbing out, especially to Goldust of all people.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've got enough jobbers as it is. We don't need to see people who could potentially be top stars jobbing out.
Absolutely. Or at the very least, mid-card talent.
Well, that's why I said potentially,
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I was saying, like, I'm saying, if Tyler Breeze is one of those guys, if you made him a mid-card Intercontinental Champion, and that was as far as he went, then it wouldn't be that bad of a career. I don't expect him to main event WrestleMania, but he is not a jobber and should not be treated as such. If anything, the fact that Tyler Breeze is jobbing is what scared a lot of these NXT people from going to the main roster, because they're worried, like, I'm going to build this great reputation down here, and you're going to call me up and treat me like shit. Like, that's what's scaring them, because Tyler Breeze was their most valuable asset. Like, when he finally got the call up, they all cheered because they saw how badly this guy earned it. So I think it's great to see him. Hopefully he keeps his winning streak going, if for no other reason than to not make the NXT stars uncomfortable.
Don't get me wrong, we've got talent from NXT that is doing great, but yeah, you're right in that sense. I mean, Big Cass and Enzo Amore and the Vaudevillains were already thrust into the major tag title division, tag title picture.
Yes, they were.
I mean, we've got proof that that being called up does not necessarily mean bad things. We've got Kevin Owens, who is consistently in a title picture.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, who popped up and is already holding a title up in the air. I mean, so one man failing out does not necessarily mean that they're all going to end up that way.
Very true. And speaking of the tag team division, speaking of the tag teams, that segues perfectly into the next clip we're going to play. And this is the New Day making their way out to the ring. Now, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Enzo Amore was injured unexpectedly at Payback, which resulted in the match being ruled a no contest. Well, it turns out that due to the injury, the Vaudevillains have now been given the tag title shot. They will face the New Day at Extreme Rules. So far, no stipulation has been set, unless they make one at a later date, and they're going to fight for the tag team titles. Well, the New Day comes out, and here's what they have to say about the unexpected turn of events in the tag title tournament.
St. Louis ain't booty, right? Now, some serious news. The WWE Tag Team #1 Contenders Tournament, sponsored by Bootios, and make sure you ain't booty, came to an abrupt, unfortunate, and premature end last night when Enzo Amore received a concussion last night at Payback. Let's take a look. Ran into the second rope. Now I want you to watch after he hits the rope. Watch his head hit the apron of the ring. That knocked into out and caused the concussion. Luckily, all the other tests were negative, but it was taken to a local hospital. Taken out of the stretcher by EMT, WWE personnel, and then loaded into an ambulance to head to the hospital. Yeesh. Man, that was UGLY. But he did have an alibi. It was actually on the WWE Network. WWE Network. Did he say it? I stumbled a little bit, but I recovered. Yes. Thank you. Very forgiving. Great recovery. Very forgiving. Great recovery. Yes. But we have a tweet that will put a smile on the face of you and all of your woes. And if my phone wasn't dead, then I'd be out here showing all of you all the nasty things that Beyonce said to me when she split up in my DMs last night. Nope. That didn't happen. Nope. Tell the truth. Hey, no, wait. No, be honest. Did that happen? Did it? Beyonce did not slide up in my DMs last night. No, she didn't. There was no sliding. That did not happen, but we have this. Yeah! He's okay! Or at least he will be soon. But in the meantime, we sent him a box of Studios. And let's face it, a real man would have gotten back up. Real men like us, who represent the skills and values of a bygone era. Real men who are the #1 contenders to those WWE World Tag Team Championship. And last night, we made Enzo Amore the realest guy in the emergency room. Pardon me, Enzo, wherever you may be, but how are you doing? And we have left zero doubt as to so much for that. Here comes the Dudley. Welcome to Denverville. Somebody has never happened. What are you two carnies talking about? You didn't beat anybody last night. the referee had to stop the match. All you did was stand there and twirl your mustaches like the Monopoly man. As far as me and my brother is concerned, we need to restart this whole tag team tournament right now. And gentlemen, don't get this twisted. If anybody deserves that opportunity, it's us. We are the baddest tag team on the planet. And I have to ask, who in the hell or what in the hell are you two downtown Abbeys are? What the hell have you ever? Where's the partner and Amore? Listen up, Simon and Garfunkel. You better call Mrs. Robinson and tell her you're going to be late for dinner. Oh! I've been listening to you run your mouth about taking out Enzo. Well, Enzo is my family. And you mess with my family. And now I'm going to have to finish what we started last night. And as for you, Dudley, do right. We already knocked you out of this tournament. So as far as I'm concerned, Vaudevillains, Dudley boys, there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. Big Cass is on move tonight. Can't blame him. His partner got hurt, and we're right after the Vaudevillains and the Justin New Day now going after one another. Chaos here on Sunday Night Raw.
Well, my. That escalated quickly.
Didn't the Dudleys lose in like the first round of the tournament?
Yes, they lost to Enzo and Cass.
So where in the hell do they think that gives him any right to complain about who actually is getting the title match shot?
I guess the fact that they're heels, the fact that they're New Yorkers, and they just feel entitled.
Yeah,
but technically, no, they don't. And by the way, if you guys noticed a jump in the audio from the Usos to the Vaudevillains, that was kind of an awkward transaction. It's because the website that I watched Raw on, that was how it was cut when they sent it. So I had no control over that. That's why the clip was a little bit mismatched. It was the best that I could get, realistically. But nonetheless, it proved the point. The Vaudevillains will be facing the New Day, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going with the Vaudevillains because the titles need to change hands.
Oh, but we haven't got it yet.
Hopefully we do. And if the Vaudevillains aren't the ones to get the job done, then hopefully Enzo and Cass will do it when Enzo is medically cleared and can return to the ring.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
Yes. Okay. And on that note, that's the next match we jump into is in response to all of this, Shane and Stephanie decided to make an 8-man tag team match with the New Day and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains and the Dudley Boys.
As much as I hate saying this when NXT stars are involved, I can't see this being a good match.
Well, actually, it was. This was actually a pretty good match. It was great. Apparently, the Dudleys were making fun of the Vaudevillains the whole time. Like, he was grabbing, like, he was, like, basically Bubba Ray was yelling at the Vaudevillains on how to properly punish and beat down a wrestler. Like, he was basically, he would pick he did that move where he would pick the guy up off the ground and then hit him with a vicious, like, crossface, like punching it down. He's like, you pick the guy up and you crossface him. Then you pick him up and you do it again. Pay attention. And then Devon would turn to, like, Aiden English and be like, are you listening right now? Like, he was like, they're kind of educating the Vaudevillains while beating the shit out of the New Day. So it kind of went like that till Big Cass got tagged in, and then he pretty much cleaned house. He hit the East River Crossing on Devon, got the 3 count, and the New Day and Colin Cassidy win the match. And I'd say it's still too soon to tell, but so far, I think Colin Cassidy's doing all right on his own.
We haven't truly seen him on his own. We've seen him partnered with other people.
Well, I meant, like, in terms of when he came out to the ring, when he cut his promo, like, I mean, granted, Enzo's more energetic, but at least Colin Cassidy has clever, witty things to say. So that's the point I'm trying to make, that for his first time on his own on the main roster, he's doing okay. And like I said, it's too soon to tell, but so far I think he's on the right track.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, we move on to the next match of the night. And that is, of course, we had some Divas action where Becky Lynch went one-on-one with Emma.
Wait, who went one-on-one with Emma?
Becky Lynch.
Tell me Becky won.
Nope. Emma got it.
I quit. That right there is sure sign that the WWE Women's Division is going downhill again.
Well, would it make you feel any better if I told you she used the Michinoku driver for the win, and it wasn't like a crappy move that beat her? Maybe.
I don't like Emma.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I thought maybe that would soften the blow a little bit, but it was a great match, though.
It's better than Naomi.
Valid point. It's weird we haven't seen her since WrestleMania, but that just popped into my head. But of course, but I will say Emma has, in terms of in-ring wrestling and the new gimmick that she has, like, she and Becky put on one hell of a match. It's not like Becky didn't get jobbed out or anything, but Emma definitely had great moves in her arsenal, from a double arm suplex. She had an armbar of her own. And then, of course, Becky goes for this armor. Emma gets out of the ring and then does a rake of the eyes and the Michinoku driver. And in the end, Emma gets the victory. I don't know quite where this goes rivalry-wise, but I do know that...
Wait. Now, I may be wrong here, but is the Mitsubishi driver not a form of pile driver?
I don't know. I think it's more of like It looks like a pile driver, but you land on your back, not on your head. I think it's set up like a pile driver, but you land on your back. I think. I mean, I can.
Okay. What? I remember doing the move in the video games, and I swear to God, it is a.
Let me see.
All I'm saying is if she lands anywhere near her head, everyone else should be allowed.
Yeah, it sets up like a scoop slam, and then and then it's like a sit down slam. So there's a risk of landing on your head, but if done properly, you land on your back. So it's not a move you want to. It's not a move you give to someone unless you know for sure they can execute it properly. And Emma executed it properly. So you land on your back, and I know this because I just checked out a YouTube clip of Taka Michinoku doing the Michinoku driver. So I'm gonna take his word over any other wrestler. Since it's named after him. So technically, Becky was okay. And on that note, we cut to the next segment here. Although the clip is about 11 minutes long, so I'm probably not going to play this one because I think it's a little too close to the wire, but it's basically Stephanie McMahon on the Ambrose Asylum. And basically, Dean Ambrose talks about how Stephanie's faking the whole thing, and Stephanie's trying to reassure that she isn't, and then trying to see, and then of course Dean's trying to get under Stephanie's skin by the fact that Shane comes back after being gone for 7 years, and the fans love him and despise Stephanie, and Stephanie said that, Ambrose's assignment's been going on for 4 weeks, and she believes it's time for a change. So she officially cancels the highlight reel. And Ambrose looks angry, and he says, "Wow, I thought I was going to be the next Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or whoever that English guy is." And then, of course, so Ambrose pretty much says, "I don't care," grabs Mitch and walks off, but then decides to bring back Chris Jericho in the highlight reel. So there's an angry stare down. Then they brawl. And then as Gator Ricky Ross mentioned earlier, Jericho takes the plant Mitch and breaks it over Dean Ambrose's head and stands over his broken body. So contrary to what we thought yesterday, it seems like Chris Jericho is still with the WWE, and it looks like they could be setting up a rematch for Extreme Rules.
Well, I was honestly hoping that they had closed this chapter because, like we said yesterday, that would have been the perfect way for Jericho to end his run. But I guess we'll have to see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. Like I said it's a possibility. Nothing's been booked yet between these two for Extreme Rules. So I guess we'll have to find out what's going to happen between them. But then after that, we move on to the next match, which is the WWE United States Championship #1 Contenders Battle Royal to see who's up next to face Kalisto. And we get Rusev, Sin Cara, Darren Young, Apollo Crews, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Victor, Damian Sandow, Stardust, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Alberto Del Rio, Titus O'Neil, who returns, who's back now that his suspension is over, Sheamus, and Baron Corbin.
The match was your typical battle royal. There's nothing special. I actually did see that. This is where one of the matches I saw, and Rusev got the win, which is cool. I think it'll be interesting to see how Rusev and Kalisto have a match against each other. We talked about it a little bit earlier when Frank was on the phone.
Yes. And I didn't really say much about it because I kind of just stepped back because Frank called in yesterday. So I kind of stepped back and let Desmond talk for the most part for that call. But I am going to say some people are happy to see Rusev getting this U.S. Championship match. I'm not going to lie. I ain't happy about it. I wasn't a big fan of Rusev the first time around. Don't really see why I should be motivated for the second time.
Well, I don't think he should be the one to take the title from Kalisto, but he is a very good person to give the U.S. title credibility because people will pay attention to the U.S. title as long as a Russian is holding it.
That is
because
true.
It'll piss off Americans.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because during his entire that only worked because during Rusev's whole entire run, he ran down the United States of America. So we don't know if Rusev is going to go back to that this time around, especially now that even though he still has Lana wears more revealing. Lana dresses a little more American this time around. She's letting her hair down. She still wears some type of fancy skirts, but they're not pantsuits anymore. So I don't see them being the anti-American gimmick they had before. So that's why I don't feel it would be the same this time around. Also, I was very, 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 very pissed that Zack Ryder was one of the last guys standing and didn't get it. He wasn't my original pick, but I would have picked him over Rusev in a heartbeat because I'm very irritated with the fact that Zack Ryder was given this great WrestleMania moment only to go back to being a jobber again. If they weren't going to do anything with him, then his victory at WrestleMania was meaningless. And I don't like when great moments like that become meaningless, especially to people when that same opportunity is given to people who I believe are less deserving, like The Miz as Intercontinental Champion or Rusev getting this U.S. title shot. First of all, my personal opinion, Titus O'Neil's back from suspension. I would have let him win it. If for no other reason than for positive PR or something like that, because WWE got a lot of backlash for letting go, for suspending Titus in the first place. So I would have did that as a PR move, if anything else. Plus, Titus O'Neil's a tremendous talent. And they like to put the spotlight on people who do good for the community, and Titus does good for the community. So from a PR standpoint, I would have gave it to him. Baron Corbin. In his debut, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So if you're going to put him in a Battle Royal, I would have let him win this one. So he's another guy I would have went with. I know I'm kind of jumping the gun with this, but I would like to see Apollo Crews. I feel he's that damn good. He could be a U.S. champion right now. So that's just my list of people.
Apollo Crews would be a great champion.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews, but at the same time, of everybody who just recently came up from NXT, I think Apollo Crews should be the one to jump straight to the world title picture.
Wow. I was not expecting that. I agree. I just didn't think you would say, I didn't think you'd be the first to say that. I like that. That's wow. Wow. I'm glad we agree on that. But yeah, I'm just saying there's so many different people here that could have won it, and they gave it to Rusev of all people. So I guess it gives Kalisto a better challenger than who he's had before, because he's fought Ryback not once but twice, who Ryback was apparently sent home over a contract dispute because they had him posted in the picture as being in the match and he didn't show up. So apparently he's having contractual issues with WWE, so he was sent home for the time being. Whether or not he comes back, I don't know. I'll have to read more detail on that.
I was just reading an article. Apparently, Ryback actually asked to be taken off of TV.
Really?
Because of their, yes. Yeah, there are several different stories going out there, but this is the most recent one that I heard. Ryback's contract ends this summer. And he's trying, they are working on trying to get a new contract written up, but they're not seeing eye to eye on where it is. And he feels like he's working so hard, he's been working really fucking hard, and he deserves it now that his titles, now that his contract's and all this stuff, he feels like he deserves a bigger push and a better contract. Apparently WWE doesn't think as much of him as he thinks of himself. So they're not seeing eye to eye on the exact numbers and everything. So he's until they get to a point where they either agree or they release him, he wants to be off the air.
I see.
He doesn't want to be another. He doesn't want to be another Wade Barrett, where he decides my contract's coming to an end. I'm not re-signing, and so they're just going to make me job out forever. He decided that if he's going to leave, then he's going to leave. But he's trying to work a new contract with him. But if they don't agree on it, then he doesn't feel like he needs to be on the air.
That's a smart move. I give him. It's ballsy, but it's a smart move. I give him kudos for that. I would not. I don't know many wrestlers that would take that kind of gamble. So we'll see what happens with Ryback. But of course, after this, Lana and Rusev are celebrating. Chances are this U.S. title match will take place at Extreme Rules. We'll find out. And of course, as Desmond mentioned before, during the match, they announced that that the League of Nations has officially broken up. And on that note, we move on to the next segment here. Again, this is a long clip, so I'm not going to play it. And of course, I'm talking about Charlotte making her way to the ring to address the controversy surrounding her match with Natalya. And overall, I'm just going to say there's a fine line between being a heel and just being a fucking idiot. And Charlotte drives her daddy's car straight over that line. This was probably Charlotte, to me, was the ultimate definition of a dumb blonde in this promo.
Oh yeah. Now I remember what promo it was. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, she played the daddy's girl perfectly right here. So what? Take away my daddy?
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when they were in the ring addressing the controversy and Charlotte's trying to tell everybody that there was no controversy. I'm like, what? Who's writing this shit? Like, if you're going to be a heel, being a heel doesn't necessarily mean you ignore what happened. It means you try to justify it. Okay? Basically, it's like Triple H. When Triple H was cutting a promo and he talked about how Triple H was leading up to WrestleMania, he was having guys beat down on Roman Reigns, or he was stacking the deck against Roman Reigns. Triple H didn't sit there and go, I didn't stack the deck against Roman Reigns. I had nothing to do with that beatdown. I didn't do anything. No, he said, what did he say? He said, He said, this is the biggest match of my career. I'm using strategy to make sure I succeed. You can take your morality and shove it. I don't care. That's how you cut a heel promo. You don't pretend that you didn't cheat to win. You justify why you cheated. Hell, Kevin Owens is annoying, but he cuts better promos than that. That was the most
Kevin Owens cuts awesome promos.
Oh, he does. And there are times where Kevin Owens will sound like an idiot. But at least while he's sounding like an idiot, there's a little bit of justification in there. Like, he'll sit there all day and tell you, I'm a victim. And he'll find some way to make you think he's the bad guy when he did something wrong. And Kevin has a way of delivering that where he's talented. But Charlotte just bluntly go out there and say, I didn't cheat. Natalya tapped out. I'm like, bitch, we saw the show. We saw what happened. You can't just like, it's like Bill Clinton going, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Sir, we have a dress with your semen stain on it. Yeah, I fucked her. Yeah, so that's what happened. It's like, he said, I didn't do it. They show him the evidence. You got me. How stupid are the people that are writing this shit to honestly think that was going to happen? And then have Lil Nate come out and say, oh, she tapped. I'm like, the only good thing that came out of that was Natalya putting Ric Flair in the sharpshooter and stealing his Rolex and Hall of Fame ring. That was literally the dumbest fucking thing I ever witnessed in all of wrestling.
You keep saying they say she tapped. They never once say that she physically tapped. Not once. In that promo.
Okay, that's a good point.
She submitted verbally.
Still, you're supposed to do it. Still, we saw what happened, and they're trying to manipulate the whole damn thing. It's like, we saw what happened. No, we literally, it was the dumbest form of writing I've ever seen, and it just makes Charlotte look worse than she already is. It's not heel heat, it's retardation. That's what it is. That's not a bad guy wrestler, that's a retarded wrestler. That's what I'm seeing here. And it disgusted me that who approved this script? Is what I want to know. Who looked at that script and went, oh, this is an effective heel promo? God. That was just, it was goddamn ridiculous. It's like, you're going to be a bad guy. Own it. Shit. And then, of course, after all this, Charlotte and Ric Flair are walking backstage, and Natalya... No, and Stephanie informs them that it's gonna be Charlotte versus Natalya in a submission match with Ric Flair banned from ringside. And I don't know what makes this better. The fact that Ric Flair is banned from ringside, or the fact that a Divas match actually has a stipulation attached to it.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Oh shit. All right, well. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Blog Talk Radio has officially cut me off. So right now I'm still here on YouTube. So I'm just going to take these off, put these in the corner, and I'm just going to talk directly to you guys, the YouTube listeners. Yeah, unfortunately, if I get up to 3 o'clock, Blog Talk cuts me off. So I'm going to try my best to wrap this up. But seriously, I don't know what was more ridiculous. I don't know what I'm more excited about. The fact that Ric Flair's banned from ringside, or the fact that a Divas match actually has a stipulation attached to it. I'm just being serious on that. Because either way, I'm excited. First of all, I'm glad Ric Flair's not going to be at ringside, because Charlotte now actually has to freaking wrestle. We're not going to see anything stupid come out of this feud. Hopefully. And hopefully Natalya finally wins the belt, because Charlotte should not be champion anymore. She's not doing a good job as champion. She's not entertaining. She's not even a good heel. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. So, also, I love the fact we're going to see a submission match from the Divas. I really do. I'm glad we're going to see a submission match come out of the Divas. So, what I want to see here is, I want to see. I think Charlotte tapping out would be great. Because it's been a long time since the Divas have had a real stipulation type match. One that you can actually pay attention to and one that you can actually be proud to watch. And I feel like with Charlotte and Natalya in a submission match, sharpshooter versus figure eight, it's going to tear the house down. So that's something we can definitely look forward to at Extreme Rules. And on that note, we're going to jump to the main event here, and that's of course the Bullet Club versus the Roman Empire. That's what I'm calling them. Styles, Anderson, and Gallows versus Roman Reigns and the Usos. And this match kicked a lot of ass. It did. This match kicked a lot of ass. It was fantastic from start to finish, and these guys truly, truly, truly tore the house down. I mean, we got to see these guys at their finest. The amazing chemistry between both teams was amazing. And then, of course, in the end, we got Styles hitting the phenomenal. Jimmy goes for a plancha, but Styles annihilates him with the phenomenal forearm for the win. Then, of course, afterwards, Reigns gets beat down. They hand Styles a steel chair, convince him to hit Roman Reigns. He refuses to do it. The Usos come in with the chair and bash Styles with it, as well as Gallows and Anderson and everybody else. Then eventually Styles gets the steel chair, bashes the Usos with them. Roman sees this, hits a Superman punch, throws him into the top rope before kicking him out of the ring, and then Reigns hits a power bomb onto AJ Styles through the announce table, and then stands over the destroyed AJ Styles as the crowd boos to end the show. First of all, let me just say this. I felt that the aggressive side of Roman Reigns was exactly what we needed to see from Roman. And I feel like at the same time, what I really personally enjoyed was the dueling chants in St. Louis. Half the crowd chanting for Styles, half the crowd chanting for Roman Reigns, which in my opinion is what made this one of the best, matches and moments that we've seen. It made it one of the best ever because, we got to see two guys who deserve respect get respect from the fans, as opposed to Chicago that, like we said before, they're going to hate Roman no matter what. Now, right now, ladies and gentlemen, normally this would be a time where I wrap up the show, but since I'm still on YouTube, I'm going to try to call Desmond on my phone, and I'm going to have him share his thoughts on the submission match and the main event before we officially wrap up. So let's try to get Desmond on the line since Blog Talk Radio cut us off. So we'll see what happens here. Just trying to get him on, see if he answers.
Huh?
Hey, Desmond. Hey, man, Blog Talk Radio cut us off, but I'm still on YouTube. So before I wrap up, I just want to know if you wanted to share your thoughts on the submission match coming up at Extreme Rules between Charlotte and Natalya, as well as the main event on Raw before I wrap this up.
The main event was a lot better than I expected it to be. I am very, very much excited to see how this turns out. There's not room between the two of them, between Reigns and AJ Styles. The main event itself, though, was phenomenal. We saw great tag team action. We saw the best of both AJ and Roman Reigns in this match, along with the tag team that they're working with. And I absolutely loved how the club used that. What the fuck is that move called? I keep forgetting.
I think it's magic something.
Where
regardless, I love their tag team finishing move. And they took out Reigns with it, right, so AJ could hit the phenomenal elbow for the finish. It was a great way. It was a great way to take Reigns out, so AJ could finish the match. And it was great. But anywho, I do have to go. I've got some more other line.
Alrighty.
So I will be back on the air next week.
All right, man. See you next week.
Later.
All right, see ya. All right, I just want to let Desmond share his thoughts real quick. Now that we have the luxury of broadcasting on YouTube and it lets us go a little bit longer, I wanted Desmond to share his thoughts on that. So that, ladies and gentlemen, will wrap up this episode of the BOOCHCAST for today. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in live. I want to thank everybody listening in the archives, and I will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. West Coast time with another fun-filled, action-packed episode of the BOOCHCAST. Tomorrow I'll be providing a recap of TNA Impact Wrestling. So TNA will be the next show we do tomorrow, as well as me talking about whatever fun and interesting stories that I can come up with, or whatever happens to me in the meantime. So until next time, this is Vinny Bucci, a.k.a. The Booch, saying keep on living life and take care. This has been the BOOCHCAST. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Blog Talk Radio, as well as right here on YouTube. So keep living life, take care, and remember, pizza, baby.